Greetings and salutations and welcome to Hockey TV and our coverage of the NOJHL playoffs. Game 4 of the West Division semifinals between the visiting Soo Thunderbirds and the hometown Soo Eagles. We are at Pullar Stadium on this Friday night. Scott Nason with you. We'll be joined momentarily by color commentator Larry Pozzebon as the Eagles lead this best-of-7 series by a 2-1 count. After their victory on Wednesday night, a 3-0 shutout of the Soo Thunderbirds here at Pullar Stadium as Carter McPhail earned the shutout, recording 30 saves in the victory as Eagles got goals from Brendan Blair along with Gianni Vitale and Austin Rowe. And so the Eagles with a 2-1 series lead over the Soo Thunderbirds in their best-of-7 West Division semifinal. We're joined right now by color commentator Larry Pozzebon. And well, Poz, the Eagles, off a victory on Wednesday night, have put themselves in very good position. Yes. A win tonight will give them 3-1 lead in the series, and they'll only need to win one more game. They still have home ice advantage. Your thoughts going into this one here at Pullar Stadium for Game 4?
Well, this is a must game. This is a must game for the Soo Thunderbirds. They don't want to go back home down 3-1. It's generally always very difficult to come back after a 3-1 deficit. So we're going to see a much better hockey game out of them. And you know what that means? That means Eagles will have to play a much better hockey game. So we should get a good hockey game here tonight, which I'm looking forward to. We're going to have a good crowd, and it's your turn to guess attendance. So I'm just saying, I'm ready. I'm ready for an exciting game.
Yeah, the Eagles came out on Wednesday night, I thought, with a lot of fire. The Thunderbirds responded in that first period in the last 10 minutes, but the Eagles really were in control of that game, Larry, and I thought they were good on all three fronts. Their forwards obviously did well. Austin Rowe had 3 points, a goal and 2 assists. I thought their defense overall, top to bottom, played a very solid game. And then you got to look at Carter McPhail, and this is a guy that's getting better and better. He's already been very good during the regular season. Had that big performance in Game 2 as the Eagles snatched home ice advantage. And, well, you obviously can't argue with his performance on Wednesday, 30 saves and another shutout. This is a guy that just seems to be getting better and better. And you're going to see the Thunderbirds with a brand-new goaltender tonight. But Eagles right now, Carter McPhail, you got a good goalie in the playoffs, good things happen.
Playoff hockey is goaltending number one. And all year I've been waiting for between Carter and Brancato.
Yeah.
Which one wanted to take it? Which one wanted to take it? Eventually, McPhail said, I want this, and he's been playing that he's got it until something happens. But right now, yeah, he's the top man on the Eagles right here. Nothing against Brancato, but just Carter's on a roll right here, and let's keep him rolling. And we see on the other end that Gordon, he's had a tough series now, so now they're going to see what Shook could do. And maybe he can bail them out of this. We'll see what's going to happen here tonight. I don't know how often the Eagles have faced Shook, but it couldn't have been too often anyways.
Yeah, he's definitely played a couple games here at Pullar Stadium, Larry, and we talked about pressure before Wednesday's game in Game 3, and, well, I think it's a little easier to define tonight as far as pressure. You said it. The Thunderbirds are the team that really needs to step up tonight, snatch that home ice advantage. You don't want to go down 3-1 in any series in any sport, so you figure the first 10 minutes for the Thunderbirds, they're going to come out all guns a-blazing.
Oh, yeah, they're going to have to do that for the first 10 minutes, and the last 10 minutes, they got to play 60 minutes of hockey tonight now, and hopefully they take advantage of their opportunities. Same as the Eagles now. I'm going to jump back. You have to take advantage of your opportunities. Eagles did last Wednesday night, and the Thunderbirds, they did and they didn't. So they had the majority of the power plays. I don't think the Eagles had one.
Well, they had 17 seconds of a power play.
Yeah,
there
at the end of the game. Yeah, that was it.
Game 5 will be tomorrow night at the John Rhodes Community Center, 7:30 p.m. You can catch that one on Hockey TV. And if there is a Game 6, of course, if the Thunderbirds win tonight, we're guaranteed a Game 6. That'll be Monday night here at Pullar Stadium. Larry and I will have the call at 7 p.m. Pregame show 6:45. And if the game, or I should say if the series goes 7 games, that game will be played next Wednesday, March 28th at the John Rhodes Community Center at 7:30. Larry, before we get to tonight's scratches and some other information, looking at the NOJHL playoffs, the Rayside Balfour Canadians tied up their Western Division semifinal series at 2 games apiece last night as Christian Gadrew scored 14-41 into overtime to give the Rayside Balfour Canadians a 3-2 victory over the Blind River Beavers in Game 4 of their NOJHL West Division semifinal.
Was that in Blind River?
Correct.
Yeah.
Game 5 will be tonight in Chelmsford. So you see Blind River, they won Game 3 8-1.
8-1 in Chelmsford, yes.
Yeah, exactly. And so Game 5 will be in Chelmsford tonight. So you look at that series and you look at the whole West. I mean, these 4 teams weren't separated by many points, and really it's any night anybody can beat anyone else.
That's right. Who capitalizes and who comes to play hockey, and that's the way it is.
In the East, the Cochrane Crunch are 1 game away from winning their East Division semifinal, as last night they defeated the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners big in Kirkland Lake by the score of 8-0.
Whoa.
Game 4 in that series will be tomorrow night in Kirkland Lake, so you would figure that Cochrane will probably win that series. And the big surprise, we talked about it on Wednesday, the Timmins Rock are up 3-1 against the best team in the league this year, the Powassan Voodoos, as they won on Wednesday night by the score of 6-3. Game 5 tonight in Powassan. That one's starting just a few minutes ago. We'll get a score update coming up, but we talked about it on Wednesday, Larry, that Timmins Powassan series is mirroring a bit what the Eagles did last year against the Soo Thunderbirds. The Eagles won that play-in series against Elliott Lake by 2-1 count. This year, Timmins wins that play-in series against Hearst by a 2-1 count. You saw the Thunderbirds last year. They really weren't challenged too much for first place. You saw Powassan this year. They coasted to first place.
They've been doing that for a couple of years
They
now.
really have. And, you look at these tough games, where Timmins is playing night in and night out tough games. They're stepping up big time.
Yeah, it's, on paper or whatever it is, you can't look at the regular season.
No.
Playoffs is a different story, and you'll see what's going to happen in playoffs because you get a hot goaltender, you get some snipers out there. Sometimes you get scoring from guys that you didn't get scoring from before, which is really good. A team should have the scoring spread out through the whole team, not just 3 or 4 guys.
And Timmins finished over 40 points behind Powassan during the standing. So playoffs, new series, new season, and Timmins could clinch it tonight. Want to say hello to Daniel Clark watching. He's fired up for NOJHL playoff hockey, watching from Illinois. Thank you, Daniel, for the kind words. Want to say hello as well to Eagles owner Ron Lavin watching tonight. Crowd still building here. Good on this side, good on the other side. We should have a very full house tonight at Pullar Stadium. All beverages available tonight,
yes,
Larry, I might add.
I brought over the beer license or the liquor license
very good.
Tonight.
Appreciate that. And if you want to contact Larry or I during the broadcast, you can do so by going on Twitter and tweeting me at snason2013. That's snason, Nason, 2013. And for those that are watching and maybe want to hear the audio podcast of this broadcast on Hockey TV, we'll put it up tomorrow morning at the podcast page, thegamesportshow.podbean.com. So you can relive all the great Eagles highlights and, save it for the archives free of charge. thegamesportshow.podbean.com. Looking at the scratches tonight, first of all, for the visiting Soo Thunderbirds, who will have their coach, John Parco, back behind the bench after a 3-game hiatus in this series. Players out of the lineup include number 2, Braden King, number 3, Jonathan Mackin, number 11, Camden Finley, number 18, Cole McKay, number 19, Avery Rebick, number 26, Cameron Baber, and goaltender number 1, Andrew Usinski. For the Sioux Eagles, players not dressed tonight include number 9, Matt Capiciotto, still serving that suspension, number 17, Owen Kipke, number 20, Bobby Price, number 25, Jonathan Lacani, and goaltender number 1, Ravi Khatri. No surprise for the Eagles, starting in net once again, Carter McPhail, off that 30-save shutout on Wednesday night. And starting in net for the Sioux Thunderbirds tonight, number 30, Eric Shook, who replaced Brandon Gordon, Larry, late in that game. We missed that one during the broadcast, but Brandon Gordon got pulled after that third goal, and so Mr. Shook trying to get the Thunderbirds there. I think that's a good call by Coach Parco. Not that Gordon was playing terribly, but you need to kind of mix things up because this is really a must-win for the Thunderbirds.
You got to change things up now. If give the kid a chance. And let's see what he is one. Actually, he is. Those 2 guys are the 2 top goaltenders for, I think, per percentages in the league. So when he's been in goal, he's taking care of business.
coming up during the second intermission. Very excited about this one, Larry. I've been looking forward to this as soon as Rob Horn talked to me. To our right, of course, the Sioux Eagles not only are on Hockey TV, but on local radio on ESPN 1400 here in Sault Ste. Marie. And their longtime broadcaster, John Bell.
Ma Bell's son.
That's right, Ma Bell's baby boy, as he calls himself. He is doing his final broadcast on the radio for the Sioux Eagles and just in general. This is a guy I grew up listening to. John came into town in the late 80s. I can remember him
out of Minnesota.
That's right, doing his morning show, also doing Sioux Indians hockey, doing Sioux Eagles hockey. So we're going to talk to John here during the second intermission. Going to be a fun interview, and, you know, he's put in a long time as far as broadcasts, and, you know, him and I have become friends over the last couple years. We're competitors on the radio, but we're friends up here, and looking forward to the broadcast.
Yeah, it sounds good. John's a good guy.
He really is. He really is. So we're going to take a break here on Hockey TV as we're just a couple minutes away from the starting lineups announced by Bob St. Peter, the national anthem sung by Dan Kinney, and we'll have the opening face-off of Game 4 of this West Division semifinal between the Sioux Eagles and Soo Thunderbirds here on Hockey TV. So there you have it, Larry. Our starting lineups, national anthems, officials have been announced. The crowd is building. Good crowd here at Pullar Stadium. Many still waiting to get in, as we are just about set for Game 4 of this NOJHL West Division semifinal between the Sioux Eagles and the Soo Thunderbirds. The Eagles with a 2-1 lead, looking to take a stranglehold on this series. And we'll know in a couple hours, Larry, whether the Eagles are one win away or if we'll be back here on Monday night.
Yeah.
Looking
forward to this.
Yeah, the Eagles will be in their home black jerseys with the yellow, white, and gray trim. The Soo Thunderbirds in their white jerseys with the dark blue and orange trim. The Eagles will be going left to right as seen on your video monitor. Again, if you want to contact Larry and I during the game, please do so. Tweet us at snason2013. We are underway. Bad bounce, quick shot. Paul Mario almost had a goal 5 seconds in as that puck took a bad bounce off the partition along the boards.
He was Johnny on the spot
sure
there
was.
for it.
Puck on the near side board. Smith with it. Nick Smith for the Soo Thunderbirds will clear the zone. Gets it to Tassone. Tassone will dump it in. McPhail behind his net. He has played solid in this series. Yet to give up a goal here at Pullar Stadium in this playoff run. This is his second game. Now puck along the near side boards. Eagles with it. They get off to a good start on Wednesday night here in Game 3. They want to repeat that for sure. First goal is always important, Larry, in the playoffs, really in any hockey game.
Yeah, you don't want to be chasing somebody.
No. Eagles with the puck, now at center ice. William Casey. Casey will dump it into the Thunderbird zone.
Getting a line change for the Eagles now.
Eric Shook, the goaltender for the Thunderbirds tonight, replacing Brendan Gordon, the Sioux Michigan native. Now the Thunderbirds with it. Solinger gets it to Kalisti. Kalisti now headmans it down the ice, and that's going to be an icing call. We'll have a face-off in the Thunderbird zone. One other game going on, Larry, right now in the NOJHL, Powassan and Timmins. Powassan and Timmins are tied after one in Powassan 1-1. Again, Timmins up 3-1 in that series, and just getting underway in Chelmsford, the Blind River Beavers and Rayside Balfour, that series tied at 2. No score here early in the first period. Thunderbirds have the puck. They'll chip it down into the Eagle zone. Now Schwab gets it to Capiciolto. Over to Keller. Now Keller trying to get around the Thunderbirds player. Lawrence picked up by the T-Birds and shot back into the Eagle zone rather. Now puck along the near board. Shot goes wide. Barterson in front of the Eagles bench. Now the Eagles trying to clear the puck out of the zone. Kept in by Van Team, his shot, and a save there by McPhail. And Larry, speaking of Carter McPhail, had a chance to talk to him before the game, just arriving. And, well, obviously he's focused on this game, but he also wanted to give a birthday shout-out to his brother. So, Larry, tell us more.
Yeah, brother Justin watching the game. And did he say how old?
He didn't say how old,
okay.
But Justin McPhail watching tonight. Happy birthday, bud.
Happy birthday. I
did tell Carter that he needed to either get a victory or a shutout if I was going to give that information out. So I'm going out on a limb, Larry, putting that out there early because I have faith in Carter in net, as I should, because he's played very well. Now here's Blair. Gets it to Vitale. Vitale across the blue line. Johnny Vitale gets it over to Rowe, who had 3 points on Wednesday night, 1 goal and 2 assists for the Eagles. Now Miller across the blue line. His shot blocked in front. Picked up by the Eagles, Blair. Blair had a goal on Wednesday as well. Now the Eagles, Saxton. Gets it to Rowe. Austin Rowe across the blue line. Nice move, shot, saved there by Shook. And, I'll tell you what, Austin Rowe, I've been very impressed by him, Larry. Really throughout the season, he's a young guy. He just seems to be getting better and better.
He was slapping that puck back and forth, and he finally got it around and he got a good shot off, but not. He was in too close though. He did a lot of work for that shot. Good job.
I want to say hello to Tom Blair, along with Myron and Sherry Blair, watching from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. As he says, go Sioux Eagles. Again, tweet me, SNason2013. I know a lot of people that were tweeting on Wednesday are here tonight. Now a shot there and a save by Shook. Rebound goes to Kalisti. Now Kalisti headmans it up to Ford across the blue line for the Thunderbirds. Ford with the puck. Tried to put it in front. That one deflected to Maine. Tanner Maine over to Ford in the far corner. Now Mal pass behind the net. Die ball on it for the Eagles. Puck over in the far corner. Shots 3-1 Eagles early in this first period. Now back to the point. That's Bellini over to Kalisti. His shot. That deflects wide. Puck goes behind the net to Dieball. Now Dieball with the puck. Taken away there by Ford. Ford with it over to Mal. Pass a shot. Save McPhail. Bats it in front of the net. And taken there. Now kept in by Kalisti. Goes a little sloppy in their zone. A shot there. McPhail saw it late and makes the blocker save. Now the Eagles trying to clear the puck out of their zone. They do. They'll shoot it into the neutral zone. Picked up by Bellini. Now here's the Thunderbirds. Good start for them in this game. Butcher with it for the Eagles. 16:40 to play in the first period. No score. Game 4. Eagles lead the series 2-1. Lamberti with it. Want to say hello to the Lannings and Lamberti family in Arizona. Now a shot, and Shook will make the save, and he'll hold with 16:34 to play in this first period. Still no score.
Another hello we want to say is Sven Schwab is here. He's videotaping the game, and Alex's younger brother Nicholas is here watching with his dad.
Yeah, New Orleans Saints
fan. They're right below us here.
Right below us, absolutely. So face off to the left of Shook for the T-Birds. T-Birds win the face-off. Now the Eagles trying to get that puck. Center ice Cicello. He scored the overtime winner in Game 1 for the T-Birds. Now taken away by Casey. William Casey across the blue line. Casey with it. Shot blocked in front. Rebound goes over to Smith for the Thunderbirds. Now Smith clears the zone. Picked up by Robbins on the right wing side. Now across the blue line. Robbins gets around one, but Blair there to stop it. Robbins gets the puck back. Centering chance to Lawrence. Save McPhail, and he'll hold. And the face-off in the Eagles zone.
There's only shots are even 3-3, but the Thunderbirds are getting some good shots. But you know what? The front of the net is clear, and McPhail can see them, and that's what you really want. You give the goaltender that he can see the puck, and he's going to help you out a lot.
Face-off to the left of Carter McPhail. Shots 3-3 here in this first period. Crowd still building. More people definitely than we saw on Wednesday. We'll talk more about that in the second period. Now a shot that goes out of play as that almost hits the NOJHL officials in attendance, Larry, as they duck out of the way of that puck. Good reflexes there.
For some elderly gentlemen, yeah.
You're saying no. You're on your own on that one.
Unless they dye their hair white, I don't know, to get that senior discount.
As two balding men, Larry, we shouldn't judge. Now puck at center ice. Elderly. You can't help yourself, can you? just when we're in the clear, you got to throw out the elderly card. Puck behind the net.
Well, I didn't call them old.
Well, is an elderly old. Van T with the puck for the Thunderbirds. Back to Caruso. His shot deflects wide. Goes over to Barterson. Barterson for the Eagles. Clears the zone.
You got to have some fun.
Absolutely. We always do, Larry. How can you not? This is fun stuff. Now shot down the ice. No icing. As Keller picks up the puck. Keller, Teckel, and Barterson on a line again. Now here's Keller with it. Keller with the puck. Over at the far circle. Now stops. Gets it back to the point to Schwab. Schwab dumps it down low. Now over the far side boards. Thorlson pinches in. He'll put the shot along the end boards. Picked up by Solinger. Noah Solinger, number 27 for the T-Birds. Gets into center ice as the Thunderbirds go for a line change.
So the Eagles.
Now McPhail behind the net. As we've played a little over 5 minutes of this first period. No score, no real great scoring opportunities yet for either squad. Schwab with it. Now Schwab will chip it to center ice. Kalisti gloves it down. He'll shoot it back in. Phil stops that one. Puts it behind the net. Now Schwab has it again. Over to Tharaldson. Back to Schwab. Near side Vitale. Vitale across the blue line. Broken up by Terrio. Now here's Terrio with it. Terrio along with Acosta for the T-Birds. Now the Eagles chip it to center. Calisti takes it right back. Now Calisti across the blue line. Trying to find Terrio. Picked up by Austin Rowe. Puck goes over in the far boards. Dieball has it. He gets crunched by Acosta. Now here's the Eagles with it. Saxton, rink-wide pass broken up by Calisti, but picked up by Rowe. Now the T-Birds have it. Terrio. Nice pass up to Acosta across the blue line. That one broken up by Dieball. Behind the net, Clark. Now the Eagles have it. Vitale gets it up to Rowe. Kept in by Terrio, who dumps it in. Puck over on the far boards. Eagles pick it up. At center ice. Poke checked away again by the T-Birds. Nice job by Ford. Nice move. Now Malpass has it. His shot saved there by McPhail. He had to be quick with that right pad. Main with it. Main along the near side boards. Gets it to the T-Birds player, Malpass. Rink-wide pass over. That's Lawrence. Lawrence with the move to the net. Puck still loose. Eagles a little sloppy in their zone early, Larry. Now Malpass gets it to Lawrence. His shot hits a player in front. Eagles with it. Vitale, he can't clear it.
Yeah, guy's got to chip off the high glass here.
Now the Eagles finally get it to center ice, and that's picked up by Rowe as the Eagles will get a line change.
Yeah, they needed a line change. I'll tell you, the Thunderbirds are coming out. They're pressing hard.
Well, you figured they won this beginning portion of the first period. As they want to win this game. No, well, both teams do, but Thunderbirds definitely need to as far as the series goes. Now here's Banser with it. Banser to the net, puts it in front.
Oh,
yes! 13! Kyle Quinn gets the Eagles a 1-0 lead with 12:45 to play in this first period. You got to give a lot of credit on that one to Banser, Larry. He kept that alive. He slid it over to Rowe, and Rowe buries it. 1-0 Eagles. Or, excuse me, Quinn buries it. 1-0 Eagles. Wow. I want to say hello to Stephen Orfanos watching tonight. Pumped up for a win. He says, go Eagles. Also want to say hello to Patty Lanning, Patty Hawk, Lenny, and Maria rooting for these Sioux Eagles, along with Maria Lamberti, 27th wedding anniversary.
Number 13, Kyle Cohen. Assist, number 11, Chris Banzer, and number 7, Brendan Blair. The time of the goal, 7:15.
So Banzer and Blair with the assists on the goal by Kyle Quinn, and it's 1-0 Eagles. So Eagles got that first goal. We talked about how important that could be. Now puck in the neutral zone, taken there by Calisti. Blair breaks that one up. Now puck at center ice. Caruso and Casey fighting for it. Now goes back into the Thunderbird zone. Shots 4-4 in this first period, but it's 1-0 Eagles with 12 minutes to play in this opening period. Now Heinrich can't clear it into the zone. Now he does. Picked up there by Butcher. Now on the near side boards, Casey has it at center ice. Casey across the blue line.
Offside.
Oh,
no. Yes, it is.
Offside, so we'll have a face-off outside the blue line, Larry. And I was mentioning it just a bit ago, but I want to say a very happy wedding anniversary to Maria and Lenny Lamberti, celebrating their 27th wedding anniversary.
27.
Yeah, and so hey.
They got a few more to catch up to me.
Well, there you go. Speaking of elderly. Now puck outside the blue line. Picked up by Tackle. Tackle into the slot. Lost the puck.
Good one.
Khaleesi, thank you. And true, I might add. Now here's that center ice. Eagles with it. Keller lost the puck. Now picked up by the T-Birds. Khaleesi. Khaleesi gets it over to Bellini. Now Bellini will dump it into the Eagles zone. McPhail will stop it behind the net. He'll play it over. Well, McDonald will pick it up for the T-Birds. Back to the point, Khaleesi. Over to McDonald's, edge of the far circle. His shot misses the net. Goes on the near side. Bellini keeps it in.
We have a penalty
here.
And that's going to go
against
the Eagles, I believe.
Against the Eagles.
Yes, sir. Oh.
I think that might go against Schwab in front as Solinger down on that play. And so, well, we saw the Thunderbirds with the power play opportunities in Game 3. They get their first opportunity in Game 4, 11-12 to play in this first period. Eagles lead 1-0, but the Thunderbirds will go on their first power play.
I missed it now. We got the two referees down here talking about this, so I'm not sure what they're...
I think this is going to go on the Eagles, Larry. That's the initial call. It might not have been Schwab, but we're going to see what happens here as the referees are having some discussions. And so we'll see what the call is while we are waiting for that, Larry. We'll see if we can get some scores from out of town. A couple other games going on. 1-1, Timmins and Powassan in the second period, now in Powassan. And just getting underway in Chelmsford, Rayside Balford.
2 minutes for slashing.
And the Blind River Beavers, as the Eagles will be shorthanded. The Sioux Greyhounds starting their playoff run at home against Saginaw. They lead 1-0 over the Spirit after one period of play in game one of their OHL Western Conference quarterfinal.
Something happened. Something else happened. He's got, let's see, Orfanos is going in the box to serve something here. Whoa.
We'll see what happens here. College hockey, Michigan Tech falls to Notre Dame by a score of 4-3. Air Force with a big upset over St. Cloud State, 4-1 in that one. Providence over Clarkson, 1-0 in the first period. And Minnesota State leading Minnesota Duluth, 2-0. That one also in the first period. We don't have any penalty up on the board, Larry, but the Eagles are definitely shorthanded. And it's a 2-minute affair, so that penalty will go against... looks like Orfanos
in the box, but was he on the ice?
Now here we go. Palmerio's trying to chase the puck, and he gets knocked down. No call. As fans wanted an interference call, as it looked like Palmerio might have had a breakaway.
Number 29.
McPhail got the
2
penalty.
minutes slashing.
Okay. So McPhail gets the slashing penalty. Orfanos will serve it. So the Thunderbirds on their first power play. Now the T-Birds with the puck. Back to the point, Cleasty. Cleasty passes it over. Bellini. Bellini back to Cleasty. Now he gets it over and in the slot. Shot. Terrio save. Rebound. Another save there by McPhail. On the rebound by Robbins. Blair plays it off the high glass. Cleasty keeps it in. Cleasty with the puck. Over to Terrio. Down low. That's Smith. Smith lost the puck. Now Smith controls it again. Blair will take it. He's going to wrap it off the boards. Cleasty keeps it in again. Nice shift by him. Cleasty over to Smith. Now Smith moves in. Broken up there by Blair. Nice play. Blair, nice job to get that one to center ice. 55 seconds left on the T-Birds power play. 10 minutes to play in this first period. Eagles with a 1-0 lead on the goal by Quinn. T-Birds still on the power play. Behind the net, Butcher over to Blair. Now Blair gets it to Vitale, who clears the zone. Cicello will chase it. Now McDonald at the center circle. McDonald with some speed across the blue line. McDonald trying to get around Schwab. McDonald still has the puck on the near boards. Now he'll reverse course. McDonald setting up the play. 25 seconds left on the power play. Caruso with the puck at the point over to McDonald. McDonald with the shot. Misses the net. Goes over to the far side and down the ice. 15 seconds left on the power play. Shot 6-4 T-Birds here in this first period. McDonald across the blue line over to Solinger. He's got two players over, but he missed them both as Cicello and Van Teen were both open, but he went between them. Now McDonald picks up the puck. McDonald tried to put it in front. Puck still loose. And the Eagles at full strength. Orfanos. He was open, but he couldn't find him. Now Solinger keeps it in. His shot deflects wide. Eagles at full strength. Once again doing a good job on the special teams. Now here's Vitale with it across the blue line. Vitale
all
with
by
the puck.
Himself, yeah. Just dumping it in.
Eagles will get a line change. Puck goes to Cicello. 8:50 to play in this first period. Still 1-0 in favor of the Eagles. Robbins has his pocket picked there by Keller. Now he has his pocket picked by Acosta. Acosta with the puck for the T-Birds. Over to Caruso. Now Caruso at center ice, broken up by Clark. Tackle picks it up, trying to find Keller. He does. Keller lost the puck, though, and it's taken there by Caruso. Braden Caruso, number 5 for the T-Birds. Pass just behind Miller. Thunderbirds regroup at the center ice. Lawrence over to Caruso. Now back to Lawrence. Lawrence at his own blue line. Gets it to Robbins, who chips it in. Now Barterson breaks that up. Puck still at center ice. Lawrence up to Miller. He gets hit there by Clark. Nice open ice check by
good check, really.
Number 18, Hayden Clark. Not going to call him Daniel tonight, I promise. Well, I don't promise, but I'll try not to. Now Henrik will shoot it in. McPhail stops that one. Over to Dieball. Dieball behind the net. He'll reverse course. Pass it over in front of the Eagles bench. Barterson, nice pass to Palmerio. Palmerio at center ice, cross the blue line. Palmerio 1-on-4. Waiting for some players off the bench. Palmerio got that butt-ending call, major penalty. And after further review, the Eagles sent it to the league office, and they determined that it was not a match penalty as initially called. as that shot there saved by Shook. And the media timeout, Larry, 7:27, not the airplane, but the time left on the first period clock, and it's 1-0 Eagles.
Okay, we got a couple of announcers that I can find my list here. Give your voice a little break there.
Thank you.
Look at Salon C, Midwest Strategies, Century 21, Guido's Pizza. Check those establishments out, folks. They're sponsors of the Eagles, and I'll tell you, they've been sponsors for the Eagles. All these guys, I shouldn't say guys, all these shops and businesses have been sponsors for Eagles for a good number of years. So when you need something in town, look these people up if they have what you need.
Coming up in the second period, Larry, we'll play our very famous attendance challenge, hashtag Pullar Attendance Challenge on Twitter. The season series is tied once again after I won on Wednesday night, and it's my turn to put up a total as far as attendance here at Pullar Stadium. You and the fans at home can say either higher or lower by going on Twitter and tweeting me at SNason2013. We had over 750 fans on Wednesday, and Larry, not to hedge my bets a little bit, but I would say we have a few more in attendance tonight.
Well, I'm going to say no. Try and throw you off.
There you go. Want to say hello once again to Tom Blair. He mentions that Carla Blair would like you to acknowledge her. Well, Carla, I'm acknowledging you right now. She's watching from St. Louis, and she, like everybody else, says, go Soo Eagles. So thank you, Carla. And speaking of nice young ladies, here is our very friendly Jenna with our Chuck-a-Pucks, Larry. As I'm on a little bit of a slump on the Chuck-a-Puck bandwagon here, as I've lost a few in a row. Thank you, Jenna, as the Eagles have the puck at center ice. Now Terrio across the blue line for the T-Birds. Puck loose, taken there by Lamberti over to Casey. Now Casey gets it up to Palmario. Palmario with the puck, a shot, save. Rebound Lamberti, another save there.
Right in the chest, he hit him.
Shook, as Lamberti had a great chance to make it 2-0. Nice save there by Shook. Shot 7-6 Eagles. 6:45 to play in this first period. They lead 1-0. Now Schwab at center ice. Gets it over to Blair. Now Blair's shot. Shook will make the save. Gloves it over to Bellini. Bellini with the puck behind the net for the T-Birds. Both teams, I think, are pretty happy with their performances here in the first period, Larry. Much kind of like Game 1.
Yes, it is, really. I think this is faster than Game 1 here.
I agree. Now Butcher with
like
the puck.
Like I say, this is a must-win for the Thunderbirds, so they can't be coasting at any time.
Now puck in the near corner. T-Birds break it loose. Now here's Van Team in the slot. Lost the puck. Thunderbirds get it back. McDonald with the shot. Save McPhail. Rebound in front. Shot down the ice. And the Eagles will take the icing on that one, Larry, as that puck was dangerously in the slot. And we'll have a whistle and a face-off in the Eagles zone.
I thought that puck was going to bounce right to Shook there. It was bouncing, but it stayed away, and Eagles get called for icing on it.
I want to say hello to Linda Quinn, watching from Chicago. Of course, her son Kyle scored the only goal. She says, go Soo Eagles. So thank you, Linda. Much appreciated. Now face-off to the right of McPhail. Thunderbirds win another face-off. They'll dump it down low. Butcher plays it off the boards. Lawrence keeps it in. Now puck over in the far corner in the Eagles zone. Shots 8-7 in favor of the Eagles here in this first period. Now Butcher along the near side boards. Ford knocks him around a bit. Now the Eagles pick up the puck. Blair with it. Blair over to Quinn. Quinn across the blue line. Quinn plays it behind the net. Cicello trying to line him up. Now Quinn gets it back. Quinn in front. Puck loose. As Eagles
we got a penalty coming up.
We're going to have another penalty. I think this one's going again.
He's going
on
to the Eagles, yeah.
As that's going to be an interference call.
Okay.
The Eagles will, and it's Orfanos again. So
no, it's Clark.
Oh, is it Clark?
Yeah.
I thought Orfanos.
Oh, no, it is him. Yeah.
Don't doubt me, Larry. As that's going to be another shorthanded situation for the Soo Eagles. As the call's going the T-Birds' way once again here in Game 4. 5:25 to play in this first period. 1-0 Eagles. Thunderbirds back to the power play.
Thunderbirds win this face-off.
Now back to the point. Bellini plays it over to Tassone.
10, George Zofanis, 2 minutes, interference.
So interference to call on Orfanos. Puck down low, shot. Blocked there by Schwab in front. Thunderbirds maintain possession. Here's Tassone with it. Over. Now broken up there by Saxton. Bellini keeps it in. Puck taken there by Palmario at center ice. Palmario with it on the right wing side. He'll dump it behind the net. Now Palmario gets the puck again, trying to find Saxon in front. Look at Palmario fighting for that puck. That's a great play there by Palmario. 4 players all around him. He gets the face-off. Those are the type of things, Larry, you don't see on the score sheet, but those are big things that happen in games like this.
That's what helps your team out. You know, they're down. He went in there, he fought for that puck, and he came up with it, and he got a face-off in that zone. Now he goes off and have a rest. Him and Saxon, they did their job in their zone, and now it's somebody else's turn.
Face off to the right of Shook, won by the T-Birds. Kalisti with it behind the net. Minute 20 left on the T-Birds' second power play. 4:40 to play in this first period. 1-0 Eagles. Now here's Bellini with it. Behind to Tasso, a shot. Another save. McPhail with the pad. Goes over to Bellini. Now centering chance. Bellini in front of the Eagles bench. Gets it over. Now back to the point. Bellini again. Over to Kalisti. Kalisti back to Bellini. Bellini over. That's Terrio. Now centering chance. Broken up there. Nice job by Rowe, who dumps it down the ice. Eagles doing a lot of little things here in the first period right. Doing a lot of things right overall, but plays like that go a long way. Here's Kalisti with it in his own zone. Now it's center ice. Cross the blue line. Kalisti's got McDonald going to the net. Keeps the puck. Now Kalisti in front. Puck loose. Shot. Save there. Rebound goes down the ice. Cleared by Rowe. 30 seconds left on the power play, under 4 to play in this first period. 1-0 Eagles. Cicello with it. Across the red line, he'll shoot it in. McPhail stops it a little bit. Puck along the near board, Solinger and McDonald along with Van Team. Now McDonald and Van Team along the near boards, back to Kalisti at the point. 10 seconds left on the power play. Kalisti over to Van Team. Now Van Team back to Kalisti, kicks it to his stick, shot, deflects wide, puck loose, shot there, doesn't really get through there as the net goes off the moorings with 1 second left on the penalty, but I think the Eagles will take the face-off there. Puck was dangerously loose in front, and we'll have a face-off with 3:25 to play here in the period. Powassan has gone up on Timmins by a 3-1 count, Larry, in Game 5. The Powassan Voodoos need a win in that one, and no score in the second period at Chelmsford between Rayside Balfour and Blind River. So, Larry, with the other games starting a bit earlier, we should have a couple finals, assuming those games don't go into overtime.
The Eagles can win this draw. They can get the puck. George Arfondas is coming out of the penalty box. They can win this draw and get it out to them while they didn't.
T-Birds win the face-off, but Arfanos comes out of the box. So Thunderbirds 0-4-2 on the power play. Now puck behind the net. Tackle with it. Taken away by Miller for the T-Birds. Now the Eagles will clear it down the ice, and that's going to be icing, and so that'll keep the face-off in the Eagles zone with 3:08 to play here in this first period.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who shot it down, but he wasn't trying to do icing. He was just trying to clear it out for the Eagles.
So the Eagles will have to keep the same line out there. Barterson, Orfanos, and Tackle. Of course, Orfanos not normally on that line, but he came off the penalty box and couldn't get off the ice. Now face-off one again. Heinrich with the shot. Doesn't get a lot on it. Stick to side there.
No, we got a broken stick.
We got a broken stick. We'll talk about that in a moment. As the puck goes to center ice, Barterson shoots it in. Now Shook with it. He'll play it off the boards. Keller keeps it in. Now here's Kobe Keller. Nice backhand pass to Tackle. Tackle moves in. A shot up high. Saved by Shook. Rebound goes along the far side. Our good friend Lonnie Tackle right behind there. Yep. As
I was looking for him.
Yep, Mom Teckle back in Wisconsin. Saw their nice little lab puppy as we were leaving on Wednesday. Beautiful little pup.
Oh, that little black thing?
Yeah, it was beautiful.
It's excellent. He ran out the door when I did.
Yeah, right. Now here's Keller at center ice. Nice move. Kobe Keller lost the puck. Picked up by Kalisti. 2:15 to play here in this first period. Still 1-0 in favor of the Eagles. Now puck behind the net. Thunderbirds have it. Lawrence. He'll clear it down the ice. Clark will chase that one down.
Say no icing.
No icing on it. There's the puck behind the net. Now here's Casey at center ice. Pass just over the stick of Lamberti. Tassone with it. Lamberti takes that puck away. Off the boards, Blair. Up to Casey at center ice. Casey across the blue line. Now Casey with the puck. Shot in front. Deflected there by Palmario. Just goes high. Palmario still has the puck. Shots 10-10 in this first period, but an evenly played opening period. Now here's Smith with it. Smith at center ice, across the blue line. His shot Goes off the boards. Nice job there by McPhail to hold. And Larry, we have a broken stick out there. That was by number 6, Austin Heinrich. So if his family's watching, sorry there, Heinrich family, you're out about $300. Got to get a new stick at Canadian Tire.
No, damn. They can get Fix Your Stick. FIXURSTICK.com. $35 shaft, blade, anything on that stick. 30-day guarantee.
Wow.
Go to FIXURSTICK.com. Fix Your Stick. Rob Horn and Brian Huntley, those guys will take care of you.
Very good. So if the Heinrich family is watching tonight, go there. You'll save yourself some bucks. Now a minute 20 to play here in this first period. Tharaldson gets it up to Saxton. Saxton at center ice. Now Vitale has it across the blue line. Saxton with it. Saxton with the shot. Save by Shook. Rebound goes behind the net. Vitale picks it up. Minute 5 left to play here in the first period. Now the Eagles get it back row to the point. Tharaldson. Tharaldson over to Schwab as we're under a minute to play. Now Tharaldson at the point with a shot. Save there.
That deflected right across.
Yeah, deflects wide over to Vitale. Back to Tharaldson. Tharaldson moves in again. Another shot. That deflects over to Schwab. Schwab moves in. His shot doesn't get through. Rebound in front. Puck loose. And we're going to have a penalty, Larry, as both officials put their hands up, and the Eagles may get their first power play.
Looks like it's cross-checking against the Thunderbirds.
First power play really of this home couple games, as they had a very brief power play at the end of Game 3, and looks like we're going to have number 17, Tyler Malpass, in the box for the Thunderbirds. So Eagles going to get a power play with 44 seconds remaining here in the first period.
That was Giovanni Vitale was the recipient of that cross-check penalty.
We'll get the call from Bob St. Peter.
17, Tyler Malpass. 2 minutes, cross-checking.
So cross-checking the call on Malpass. The Eagles don't score. This power play will extend into the second period. Tharaldson at the point. Over to Barterson. Barterson back to Tharaldson. Tharaldson passes it over to Teckel. Now here's Keller. Back to Teckel. Teckel moves in. Down low, Keller. Shot, save. Rebound goes to Teckel. 15 seconds to play. Saxton over to Keller. Eagles trying to get one more scoring opportunity. A shot, and Shook will make the save with 11 seconds to play here in the first period. Shots out 12-10 in favor of the Eagles. They lead by the score of 1-0. Don't forget, coming up in the second intermission, we'll have an interview with radio announcer for the Sioux Eagles, John Bell, in his final broadcast as Lawrence takes the puck over in the far corner. Tackle with it. Along the end boards, 4 seconds to play. Eagles might have one last chance here. Tharaldson shot, saved there by Shook after 1 period of play. It was a good one. And the Eagles will take a 1-0 lead into the first intermission break. Larry and I will be back with the second period here on Hockey TV. Scott Nason back at Pullar Stadium here on a Friday night. Game 4 of the NOJHL Western Division semifinal between the Sioux Eagles and the Soo Thunderbirds. The Eagles lead the series by a 2-1 count, and the Sioux Eagles lead the Game 4 scoreboard by a 1-0 count. We'll be joined by color commentator Larry Posbon coming up here momentarily. The Eagles and Thunderbirds played a pretty even first period, but the Eagles would score the only goal at the 7:15 mark of the first period. Kyle Quinn scores his first goal of the playoffs with an assist from C.J. Banser and Alex Schwab. Shots on goal in that first period. The Eagles outshoot the Thunderbirds by a 13-10 count. Other games in the NOJHL as far as the playoffs, before we hear Larry Posbon's comments, it looks like Powassan will keep that series alive in the East as they are leading Timmins after 2 by a 5-1 count. The Rock lead that series by a 3-1 count, so it looks like Game 6 will be, in fact, happening in that series in Timmins. And no score after 2 periods of play in Chelmsford between Blind River and the Rayside Balfour Canadians. That series tied at 2 games apiece. Joined once again by color commentator Larry Posbon. Well, Pos, first period pretty evenly played, but the Eagles once again capitalize on a scoring opportunity. They lead the Thunderbirds by the score of 1-0. Your thoughts on the first period, sir?
Yeah, I'll tell you, it was a better period for the Thunderbirds, even though they're losing 1-0. They control most of the play. The Eagles capitalized on one of their scoring opportunities. They had a couple more that they didn't, and it's too bad. But now they have an opportunity to get that second goal on this power play coming up. I think they're still on a power play, are they? Or
They are,
I don't see the time.
They got about a minute 20 left on their
that's
power
right.
play
It
there.
was 44 seconds when it was called at the end of the first period. So they can gain a little momentum, which they really need now, because I thought the Thunderbirds were carrying the play to them. So they got to play better.
Want to give some hellos once again on Twitter for all those that have tweeted. Stephen Orfanos watching tonight in Illinois. Tom Blair watching along with Myron and Sherry Blair from Fort Lauderdale. Carla Blair watching from St. Louis. Want to say hello to Daniel Clark watching from Illinois as well. Want to say hello to Sven Schwab here at Pullar Stadium. Had a chance to talk to him during the first intermission. He got me all fired up on politics there, Larry. So I'm really, my blood pressure's up after talking to him. But he is here along with his son and wife. Want to say hello to Patty Lanning watching tonight in Arizona along with Hawk, Lenny, and Maria. As she says, congratulations to Mr. Teckle, McPhail, and Keller. Awesome awards for our Eagles. Very proud of them. Want to say hello to Maria and Lenny Lamberti watching from Arizona, their 27th wedding anniversary, and also want to say hello to Linda Quinn watching from Chicago, as well as, speaking of Chicago, Eagles owner Ron Lavin. Lots of people watching tonight, Larry, and lots of people here in attendance.
Yes.
We'll talk more about that in the second period as we will play our very famous attendance challenge here at Pullar Stadium. I will put a guess on. I already have a number, Larry.
Okay.
I did some scouting here between
you were counting, were you?
Between the political rants there with Mr. Schwab down below. But Larry, the Eagles and Thunderbirds here in Game 4. Game 5 will be tomorrow night at the John Rhodes Community Center. Our friends from Soo, Ontario will have the broadcast on Hockey TV. And if the Thunderbirds win this game tonight, we do know there will be a Game 6, which will be here Monday night, 7 o'clock. If there is a Game 6, Larry and I will have the call. This one we really won't know, even if the Eagles win this game, until tomorrow night,
right,
once that one is played. And if there is a Game 7, that'll be played on Wednesday night in Soo, Ontario. But the Eagles want to hold serve here at home, and they're 40 minutes away from doing so, but lots of hockey to be played here tonight.
Yeah, just to change the subject, you said you're talking to Schwinn about politics. He was telling me he was in Georgia doing some filming. Then he went down to Florida and did that bridge that collapsed.
Yeah.
I said, wow, that was something else.
That was definitely something else. Yeah, we had that same conversation, Larry, as he is videotaping right below us during in our own broadcast, or our old broadcast facility.
Our new old, because we had an older one across the ring.
Right, you can't really see it now with the camera. The scoreboard's kind of blocking it, but we like it up here. And again, during the second intermission, nice job in the first intermission, all the awards there for the Eagles. Carter McPhail, Colby Keller, and Nick Teckle all getting league awards.
And Bruno.
Yeah, and Bruno getting a league award as well for general manager. And during the second intermission, we'll be talking to Sioux Eagles radio announcer John Bell, Ma Bell's baby boy. His final broadcast for the Sioux Eagles for local radio. We'll be having broadcast still on the local radio with Matt Pocket, the younger guy, but John's he's retiring this year.
He's going to retire like Harry Wolf did years ago.
Right.
Harry Wolf retired and then he came back.
Yeah, we'll see him again. Some tells me we'll see him again. We certainly hope so. So here we go. Eagles on the power play, minute 15 to start this second period. They lead 1-0 on the goal by Quinn. Now Eagles with the puck as McDonald hits Palmerio there.
Penalty.
That's definitely a penalty there as Palmerio was down. Looks like he's okay, but that's at least going to be 2, Larry. Maybe more, not quite sure. I think this will probably just be a 2-minute call.
Well, they're discussing it now.
But Palmerio is getting up, so that's good news. And so the Eagles will have a 5-on-3, Larry, for a minute 7.
You know what sells it, too, if you go to the bench. But
if
you stay on the ice, well, he's going to the bench. The whole line is going to the bench. So we're going to have a 5-on-3 for, would you say, a minute 7? Yeah.
So we'll see here.
This is where you got to capitalize on your opportunities now.
So the Eagles will go on a 5-on-3. They haven't had many power plays here at home during this series. They had quite a few over in Soo, Ontario, but it hasn't quite worked out that way here up until this point. And so the officials are still having some discussions, as that's McDonald, and it looks like he's going to the bench, Larry. So this could, in fact, be a 5-minute penalty.
Ooh,
wow. Well, maybe 2 in a game, as Coach Parco over there not happy with the call.
There's 2 on the board.
Well, it might be a 2 and a game. I don't know. Or maybe a 2 and a 10, but a 10 wouldn't send him to the bench, as Coach Parker wants some explanation from our officials. And we'll see what happens here. We'll see if McDonald is gone. That's a big moment there. Thunderbirds don't want to lose him.
No, they don't. He's a veteran with that team.
And so they're trying to get the officials over to discuss it, but they are not going to do so. As
you don't fall into that trap. Go there.
Because then you're over there all the time.
Well, not only that, you're the referee and you want to go to the bench that's just been penalized. Whoa.
So they still have the door open. They're going to need somebody to serve this 2-minute penalty, Larry. And obviously it's not McDonald, so it looks like Tanner Main will go to the box. So I would assume it's a 2 and a game with McDonald going to the bench. And again, they're trying to get some explanation there. It's just one of the linesmen's going to go over there, and obviously he didn't make the call.
I think he's just relaying whatever happened in the penalty box. Now the Parko wants to talk to the officials. So the linesman's going down and saying they want to talk to you. They want to know what's going on. What's the call? I mean, I'm not sure if they have to go. The referee, that is,
sure,
and do an explanation. Here he goes, but he shouldn't go alone. Now there's where the linesman's supposed to be with him.
So
now, the other referee's going over. You never go there alone.
You got two officials over there now having some discussions, and now looks like those discussions were brief. And so after all that, Eagles on a 5-on-3 power play. We'll get the call from Bob.
Thunderbird penalty to number 25, Caden McDonald. 2 minutes, checking from behind, plus a game.
Yep, so 2 in a game, Larry, indeed. Checking from behind or cross-check. Either way you can call it. Thunderbirds want a power player penalty on that one, none called. Here's Tekel with it. Big moment in this game. Quick shot there, saved by Shook. Rebound goes all the way back to center ice. Thoraldson has it. 40 seconds left on the 5-on-3 power play for the Eagles. Keller across the blue line. Now Keller knocks over Kalisti. Kalisti gets right back up. Now Keller picks up the puck. Keller along the near boards. Thoraldson can't keep it in. Thunderbirds shoot it down the ice.
That was a miscommunication with the Eagles there. They should have had that puck in their own zone.
20 seconds left on the 5-on-3. We've played a minute of this second period. Eagles lead by the score of 1-0. Now here's Thoraldson. Gets it into the T-Bird zone. Puck over along the end boards. 5 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Eagles really just can't get anything going here. Now they pick up the puck. First penalty is over. So it's a 5-on-4. Vitale with it. As Malpass comes out of the box. Vitale over to Casey. Now Vitale on the near boards. Back to the point. Clark over to Vitale. Quick pass off the bench. Shot. That misses the net as the net goes off the moorings, and we'll have a face-off back in the Thunderbird zone. 39 seconds left on the power play.
Yeah, it's Eagles have to. They finally got a shot there, but they can't be passing the puck all around. It looked great to the fans and everything else, but the fans want to see a shot. They want to see shots on goal, and that's what counts. Anything can happen. On that first 5-on-3 they had there, they almost scored on it. Just didn't finish it off on the side of the net there. You got to take some shots.
Face off to the left of Shook. Goes to the Eagles row. Along the far boards, Palmario. Now the Eagles, and that one's going to, what happened there, Larry? Did it hit somebody on the bench maybe?
That's the only thing I can think of because it went straight up.
So the face-off will be outside the blue line. 18-20 to play in this second period. While we have a moment, let's look at the out-of-town scoreboard in the OHL. Saginaw and the Greyhounds tied at 1 late in the second period. All the experts said the Hounds are going to roll in that series. Well, Saginaw says not so fast.
Saginaw has given them trouble
They
all
have,
year.
You're right. Now puck behind the net. Shook has it. He'll play it off the high glass. Rowe gets it over to Casey. Still time on the power play. 15 seconds left. Vitale with the puck. Back to the point. Clark moves it over. Rowe. Back to Clark. Now Clark moves in. Clark over to Vitale. 5 seconds on the power play.
You got to shoot.
Vitale over to Casey. Now Casey behind the net. Tried to put it in front as that puck bounces, taken there by the Thunderbirds. So the Eagles can't capitalize on the 5-on-3. Van Team across the blue line with the shot. That one blocked by Rowe. Now Van Team plays it along the boards. Shot still 13-10, so the Eagles don't even get a shot on that power play. Now puck taken there by the Eagles. Rowe over to Clark. Clark with it. Headmans it up to Vitale. Vitale across the blue line. Now Vitale moves it over. Shot. Save there by Shook. It wasn't a real confident save as he juggled that one and it goes wide. Puck along the near boards. Taken there by the Eagles. First shot registered here in the second period by the Eagles. Now Vitale over to Palmerio in front. Oh, almost a chance there for Vitale. Palmerio gets it. Vitale with the shot. That one blocked. Taken there by Tassone. It's a 3-on-2, a 4-on-2 for the T-Birds. Here's Robbins. Nice job there by Butcher to break that up. Smith picks it up. Dangerous player for the T-Bird. Tried to put it in front. Puck still loose. Shot save. McPhail rebound in the slot. Another shot still lying there. Butcher kicks it aside. Over to Vitale. Johnny Vitale with the puck. Eagles just want to get it the heck out of there. They do. They shoot it back in the T-Bird zone. 16:35 to play in this second period. 1-0 Eagles. Butcher at center ice. Blocks that one. Fanos lost the puck. Now here's puck at center ice. Quinn. He has the only goal in this game in the first period for the Eagles. Puck taken there by Caruso. Banser, who had an assist on that goal by Quinn. Puck over in the far corner. Now puck along the Eagles' side of the ice, right by their bench. Puck behind the net to Quinn. Now Quinn off the boards to Schwab. His shot blocked. Taken there by Tassone. Tassone up to Smith. Now Quinn with it. Quinn over to Schwab. Now Schwab pass just out of the reach of Urfanos, and that's going to be icing with 15:54 to play in this second period. 1-0 Eagles.
A couple of more sponsors, folks, when you're here in town. Air Bear Travel, Best Western, War Memorial Hospital, Law Office of William Dyke Justin.
We already have a guess on the attendance from Chris and Linda Quinn, so give me some hints there, Larry. You got to get on Twitter for all these hints. You'd even follow your girl Stormy Daniels there. I know you're a big fan of her. Now Banser at center ice.
Sunday.
Yes, indeed. Much watch TV, apparently. Apparently there's a disc involved. Now here's Miller across the blue line. His shot snaps it wide. Goes back to center ice. Now shot in by the T-Birds.
Never on Sunday. Remember that? That is a song and a show, a movie.
A little before my time, Larry. I don't remember silent films. Now puck behind the net for the Eagles.
It couldn't have been silent if it was song.
That's true. Good point. Maybe they're lip singing. Now here's Orfanos across the blue line. Puck taken away by Acosta. Now Acosta on the left wing side. Trying to get it up to Miller. Acosta gets it back. Acosta with the shot. McPhail sees that puck, gloves it, and he'll hold.
I'm telling you, the Eagles have to play a little better than what they're doing here. They got to get in a rhythm. They're not in that rhythm yet.
Other games in the NOJHL, Larry, third period just underway in Chelmsford. Still no score between Blind River and Rayside. That series tied at 2, and Powassan leading Timmins 5-1 after 2 periods of play. Timmins leads that series 3-1, so it looks like there'll be a game 6 in Timmins in that series. I believe that one will be played either tomorrow or Sunday. I'll have to check that. McPhail behind the net. He stops it for a die ball. Eagles lead 1-0 here. 2-1 up in the series. We're going to go a long way to a potential Western final, but still a long ways before we talk about that. Now that puck takes a funny bounce behind the net. Shook stops it. Now the Thunderbirds clear it to center ice. That's going to be a glove pass, and we'll face off in the neutral zone with 14:40 to play here in the second period.
You know what, the Eagle players should go down and have the referee clear the snow away from the side of the net there.
Yeah.
But a goal post. Yeah, it prevents a wraparound, and Shook is using that system there. Sometimes they can give you a penalty for that. You're not supposed to put it across the goal line or stack it up beside there. So,
face-off won by the Thunderbirds. Robbins puts it behind the net to Tassone. Try to get it in front. Blair back there, now taken by Teckel. Nick Teckel clears it to center. Heinrich with it. Plays it off the boards. Bouncing puck goes right to Butcher. Still there. McPhail swats that out of the way. Now Tharaldson chips that one back to center. Puck taken by Caruso. Now the Thunderbirds shooting it in. Still looking for their first goal here at Pullar Stadium in this series. They were shut out on Wednesday 3-0. And they yet to have one here tonight. Buckle on the near boards. Barterson and Blair over there. Eagles try to clear the zone. Thunderbirds dominating this second period so far. Not a lot of shots, just one each. Actually, 2-1 Thunderbirds here in this second period. Butcher plays it over to Blair. Now Blair's pass off the boards, intercepted there.
Look at
by
this.
Solinger. Now over the far side. Thunderbirds with a chance. Tassone trying to get around a couple players. Now tackle. Puck taken by Butcher. Eagles are just going to pass that one to center ice. Keller ridden off the puck by Kalisti. Now the Thunderbirds with it. Maine across the blue line. Keller tried to pick up that puck. As Barterson, Teckel, and Keller out there again. This line been pretty neutralized here at Pullar Stadium so far in this series. As much as you can neutralize this line. Now Solinger across the blue line. Solinger, nice move, try to get it in front. Broken up by Butcher. Puck along the near board, still in the Eagles zone. It's been there a large part of the second period outside that power play. Now here's Rowe over at the far side. Vitale picks up the puck. Vitale with it behind the net. Now Vitale leaves it for Rowe. Now Rowe trying to get over to Vitale. Bellini will chip it along the boards, kept in by Tharaldson.
Good pinching.
Vitale over at the far side boards. We're in front of the Eddie the Eagle mascot. As looks like players just trying to get a face off here with the referee insisting they move the puck. They do. Now here's Rowe. Gets it over. Nice job by Saxton. He chips it back in. As the Thunderbirds will clear that one to center ice. Schwab will chase it. 12:20 to play here in this second period. Eagles still lead 1-0. Saxton with it. Saxton passing up to Vitale. Now Vitale try to catch up to that puck. Taken by Mao. Pass along the near boards. Nice hit by Saxton. Bellini with it for the T-Birds. Pass center circle off the stick of Terrio. Broken up there by the Thunderbirds. Now Saxton has it. He'll get it up to Vitale. Vitale across the blue line. Vitale now moving to the net. Still has it. Now poke checked away by Bellini. Number 20, Stephen Bellini with the puck for the T-Birds behind his own net. The Eagles go for a line change. Not a lot of shots here in this second period. Miller across the blue line. Miller with it. His shot now deflects off the glove of McPhail. Will go out of play. We'll keep the face off in the Eagle zone. 11:35 to play here in this second period. Still 1-0 in favor of the Eagles.
A couple more sponsors for you folks. Well, first of all, we're going to say when you come here, we have normally 99% of the time the Eagles nest is open. So
is tonight. Will be Monday.
It is tonight, yeah.
If there is a game.
Yep. And so you can eat, drink, and be merry.
That's right.
Especially if the Eagles win, then you eat, drink, and be
very
merry.
Yep. Now Ford plays it over to Van Team. Thunderbirds doing a good job on the face-offs tonight. Casey over at the far corner. Ford over there for the T-Birds, along with Clark for the Eagles. Lamberti. Clark comes up with the puck. Hayden Clark will chip it up to center ice, and that could be icing. It will be. They'll bring the face-off back in the Eagles zone with 11:10 to play here in the second period.
Okay, I was giving you some sponsors, then I went with the eat, drink, and be merry.
It sounds like you are right now.
Ford Sioux Motors, Keewatin Casinos, MR Auto Body, and Neville Superette.
Larry, coming up on the next whistle, I will put my guess as far as our attendance. You and the fans at home can say higher or lower. We'll get to that in a moment. Face-off controlled by the Thunderbirds. Tassone with it along the near boards. Now Tassone lost the puck. Picked up again by the Thunderbirds. Now the Eagles come up with it. At center ice, Palmario. Palmario with the puck. Along the near side, Clark. Now Clark shot, and it'll be Such with it, and he'll make the save. So, Larry, I am going to put our attendance figure out there as far as our hashtag Puller Attendance Challenge. You and the fans at home can say higher or lower, and we'll get to that on the next break. A little tease there. Get everybody ready for the big number. Write it down. Our season series is tied this year, Larry, after I tied up the season series on Wednesday, so something's got to give. We can't tie. Someone's got to win. We'll get to the guests here after the next whistle. A little fake news on my part as far as that one. I said that whistle, but oh well. Now here's the Thunderbirds with it. Smith across the blue line. Smith leaves it for Caruso. Quick shot. Pad save there. McPhail goes right to Teckel. Here come the Eagles. Teckel at center ice. Always dangerous. Teckel across the blue line. His shot, and Such will make the save. And so, Larry, I'm looking around, and I'm definitely thinking there are more people here than there were on Wednesday. So I'm going to say that our attendance tonight is 9-2-1. 921. That is my attendance guess. You at home can say higher or lower. Just hashtag Puller Attendance Challenge and tweet me at snason2013. Guess we're all over the board. We already have one guess in. from the Quinn family. Now face-off won by the T-Birds. They'll chip it down the ice, and that's going to be another icing. And so that'll bring the face-off back in the Thunderbirds' end. We have a couple guesses in. Do you want to know the guesses, Larry, or do you want to wait?
No, go right ahead. I think I have a number.
Daniel Clark says higher, and the Quins both say higher as well. So 2 for the higher. Face off to the left of goaltender Eric Shook. Thunderbirds win another face-off. Eagles get the puck behind the net. Quinn, who has the only goal here tonight so far, that one way back in the first period. Now Solinger off the high glass, kept in by Quinn. He'll chip it over at the far boards. Thunderbirds have it. Bellini with the puck. Bellini's pass now goes to Kalisti. Kalisti, nice move at center ice. Another nice move. He kind of spun himself off the play. Kept alive by Schwab. Now here comes Quinn with it. Quinn almost caught up to that puck with a chance. Ford takes it for the Thunderbirds. Nolan Ford plays it off the boards near side Bellini. Now Bellini chips it to center ice and down the ice. No icing. It was deflected. McPhail behind his net. 9:30 to play here in the second period. Still 1-0 Eagles. Game 4, Eagles lead the series 2-1. Game 5 will be tomorrow night in Sioux, Ontario at the John Rhodes Community Center at 7:30. Thunderbirds do not want to be down 3-1. Now here's Miller with it. Miller with a shot. McPhail, I don't know if he saw that one.
There's too many men, but it didn't touch anybody. They got lucky.
Now here's Lawrence with it. Lawrence at center ice. Acosta will dump it in. Now McPhail plays it off the board. Saxton over there. Broken up by Acosta. Now Saxton gets it back. Saxton along the near boards, along with Terrio. Picked up by Schwab. Behind the net to Dyball. Dyball headmans it up to Vitale. Nice pass. Vitale poke checked away. Now Miller picks it up. He's got Terrio going to the net, but that pass over his stick. Now Terrio puts it in front. Bouncing puck there. Saved there. McPhail on the shot by Acosta. Dangerous play there. Lawrence with the shot. That deflects all over the place. Goes behind the net. It's a pinball shot. Now Acosta back to Lawrence. Thunderbirds buzzing. Cicchello with it. That shot blocked.
Here we go.
Here's a chance for Rowe if he can catch up to the puck. But good job there by Cicchello to recover. Acosta at the center circle. Back into the Eagles zone. Now the Eagles cleared down the ice.
No icing.
That's going to go behind the net. Picked up there by Lawrence. 8:10 to play in the second period. Shot 16-15 Eagles, and they lead 1-0. Looking to hold serve here at home and take a 3-1 lead in the series. Maine cross the blue line. Next whistle will have immediate timeout, so Larry be at the ready for that one. Malpass with it behind the net over to Maine. Now Maine on the near side. Taken there by Malpass. Malpass back to Cicchello. Cicchello passes it over. Caruso, his shot, misses the net. Goes along the near boards to Clark. Clark over to Palmario. Now Palmario with it. Jake Palmario with the puck behind the net for the Eagles. Pass off the boards. Lamberti. Cicchello on him. Now Lamberti along the near side boards. 7:25 to play in the second period. Lamberti clears it to center. Trying to get the puck. Now here's Palmario. Spun around a couple times. Palmario still has it. Moving in. Shot. Misses the net. Rebound goes along the near side boards. Picked up by the T-Birds. They'll clear it down the ice. Butcher picks it up in his own zone. Long time without a whistle here on this latest exchange. Caruso with it in his own zone. At center ice. Chipped in. As McPhail will make the save. We'll have immediate timeout. Larry shot 16 apiece. 6:56 to play in the second period. 1-0 Eagles.
A couple more sponsors while we got this timeout here. Newberry Bottling Company, Aaron's, Pro Shop, Big Bear Arena, and Try-On Solutions. We'll go a few more. Holiday Inn Express and Subway.
Larry, want to give another shout-out. Want to thank Linda Quinn for this one. Tweeting for Ronnie and Erica Bennett watching in Kissimmee, Florida.
Kissimmee,
thank you. I knew I was getting that wrong. And they both say go Sioux Eagles. So thank you, Ronnie and Erica, and thank you, Linda, for chiming in on that one. So Larry, 6:56 to play in the second period. The Eagles hasn't been their best period here of the two games, but they're
in there.
They're in there, and then right now it just almost feels like they're just hanging on right now.
I thought they played a little better there for a little spurt, but now. It's kind of evened out after prior to this media timeout here. But you know what? Did I tell you earlier that Dennis Bolton's here tonight? Dennis Bolton and his left
you
hand.
did tell me that.
Now Dennis says former assistant coach with Paul Terrio here at the Eagles. And then he went across to the Soo Thunderbirds, and then he went down the Blind River, and then he retired.
Yep. Out-of-town scoreboard, Larry, still no score in Chelmsford between Rayside, Balfour, and Blind River. That one almost halfway through the third period. And Powassan, they're going to win tonight. They lead 6-1 over Timmins, and so that'll extend that series. Timmins, you almost think they got to win that Game 6 there, because if it goes back to Powassan at Game 7, I don't like their chances. Puck at center ice. Eagles lead 1-0 here in Game 4 of their Western Division semifinal against the Soo Thunderbirds. 6:40 to play in this second period. Shots 16 apiece. 6-3 Thunderbirds here in the second period. Puck along the near boards taken by the Thunderbirds. They'll clear the zone to Smith. Smith at center ice. Nice move. Nick Smith with it. Always dangerous player behind the net. Smith still has it. Back to the point. Caruso's shot. That one goes off a Banser. Over to Tassone. Yeah. Tassone with the puck. Tassone behind the net to Robbins. He's got Smith over there. Nice job by Blair to break that up. And he'll clear it. No, kept in by Caruso, but a nice job by Keller to get that one out of the zone.
That's offside.
Now here's the Eagles.
Delayed offside here.
Chasing it in as they touch back onside. Thunderbirds with the puck. Caruso's pass, and that's going to be an icing call. And the faceoff will be back in the Thunderbirds' end with 5:58 to play here in this second period. Out-of-town scoreboard, Larry, for the Ontario Hockey League. 3-1 now. Hounds over Saginaw at the end of 2. So after that game was tight throughout.
I know, I tell you.
You're tough on the Hounds.
I am tough on them, yeah.
You are tough love there, Mr. Pozzabon. Now a chance in front. A shot by Rowe goes wide. Nice setup there by Vitale off the faceoff. Here's Heinrich. At center ice, taken by Schwab. He'll shoot it in. Shook stops it behind the net. Taken there by Heinrich. 5:35 to play in this second period. Thunderbirds have had the edge in play, but they still have not gotten a score here at Pullar Stadium in this series. Now Smith with it. Poke checked away by Schwab. Smith has it in front. Puck still loose. Tassone had a chance. Now Kalisti keeps it alive. He passes it over. Shot. Oh, he misses the net. His malpass. He had a great scoring opportunity there. Now here come the Eagles. Vitale across the blue line. Vitale lost the puck. Trying to chase it behind the net. Bellini breaks that play up. Now Saxon runs over Bellini. Been a pretty tame affair, Larry, as far as the extra stuff tonight. Now a shot, save there by Shook, as that puck was dangerously deflected in front of the net. Van Team across the blue line. Over to Ford, late pass. Oh, job by Rowe to break that one up. End-to-end action going on here in this second period. Thunderbirds with the puck. Here's Kalisti again. Kalisti still has the puck. Kalisti puts it in front. Puck loose, swatted away by McPhail. Ford over in the far corner.
Putting the net back on for.
Yeah, really.
Leave it off.
Here's Vitale. Over along the far boards to Ford. Ford with the puck. Ford leaves it over. Here's the chance. Kalisti with the shot. That one hits a player in front. Puck goes bouncing in front. And no goal. As that one just shot a mile high into the air. It went right in front of McPhail.
Came straight down.
And now we're seeing a little bit of the extra stuff there. No light went on. Good thing Paul Van Wagner's not behind there, Larry. As it didn't look like it went in. It was kind of hard to tell. But our referee was right there. He says no goal. Of course, you can watch the replay feature on Hockey TV. As far as if you think that puck went in. It was hard to tell from here, but I definitely didn't see a red light go on. And the referee was right there. He waved off that goal, if there was a goal, right away. And now we have Kerry Evie, the trainer for the Sioux Eagles, out there as McPhail. And that's the last thing you want to see him is get knocked out of his game. But she's just looking at him over there as far as making sure that he is okay. And so Thunderbirds have had some chances here the last couple minutes, sir.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's been end to end.
4:23 to play in this second period.
Face-off is outside.
Yep, looks like McPhail is okay. He's got the flow going, which is good. So Kerry Evie will go back to the Eagles bench. Once again, Bruno Bragnolo behind the bench, filling in for Coach Cappy. We wish him well, as he is unable to be with us once again tonight. Wish him and his family well. And now we'll have the face-off outside the blue line. 4:23 to play in the second period. Shot 17 apiece. The only goal scored by Kyle Quinn in the first period for the Sioux Eagles. Don't forget, coming up between periods, stick around. We'll have John Bell, the radio announcer for the Sioux Eagles here locally, his final broadcast. We'll definitely get some words of wisdom from JP. He's an easy interview, Larry. He talks.
He talks.
He talks a lot. Could be my easiest interview of the year, I think. Now puck behind the net. Over at the far boards. Casey picks it up. Now Casey centering chance. Back to Dieball. Dieball over to Casey. Shot, save, rebound. And Palmario there on the rebound as he gets knocked down after the play. And so we'll have the face-off in the Thunderbird zone. So, Larry, any thoughts on our attendance challenge? We've had a couple guesses that have said higher. I said 923. Are you
921? 921. You're changing your numbers now. Oh, my God,
And any thoughts yet, or you need a couple more minutes?
Oh, I got it, but I'm keeping it to my chest.
Keep it to yourself. Okay. Puck taken by the Thunderbirds. Cicello can't clear it. Kept in by Clark. Now puck goes along the near boards. Lawrence over there for the Thunderbirds. Lawrence picks up the puck. Clears it to center ice. Dieball over to Clark. Back to Dieball in his own zone. Now Lamberti will chip it in. No, he won't chip it in, as that'll be an icing call. We'll have a face-off in the Eagle zone. 3:37 to play in the second period. Game 5 will be tomorrow night at the John Rhodes Community Center, 7:30 p.m. Our friends from Sioux, Ontario will have the call of that one. And then if there is a Game 6, we may know tonight or we may not know. We may not get the Game 6. It all depends how things shake out. We'll have it here, Larry and I, Monday night, 7 o'clock. Now here's Palmario with the puck. Palmario got a player open, but he couldn't find him. Oh, he was open in front. That was Casey.
He's down.
And Palmario is down.
He's getting up. No, he can't get up. He's down.
He went hard into the boards. Referees still don't see it as
he was standing right there, too, the referee.
As Palmario got hit, and I didn't quite see it, Larry, as far as what happened, but apparently a few people here in the press box did, and they're not very happy about it. And, boy, you don't want to lose Jake Palmario at this stage. Palmario is down. And, again, you can access the replay feature on Hockey TV as far if you want to see what happened on that one. If somebody wants to do that and tweet me, I would definitely appreciate it. I didn't see it. I caught the tail end. And when you're watching the puck and the play-by-play, you miss a lot of things, Larry. And
you miss what's behind the play.
Yeah, you miss what's behind the play. And, again, didn't quite see what happened there. Don't hear a lot from the crowd, so I don't know, besides a couple people up here. So we'll have to see. Best case scenario is Palmario's okay. As he's been down a while. Did not look good, whatever happened.
Well, he tried getting up. Remember I said he was up? No, he's down again.
Yeah,
he's trying to get up. Now they're helping him up.
So Palmario getting up as looks like they're going to pick up the mouth guard, and boy, he's...
No, yeah, they got to help him off the ice here.
He is really having some issues right now. Looks like it might be a leg issue possibly, Larry, or a knee. Don't want to speculate too much here, but we'll keep an eye if we see Mr. Palmario. No penalty called. We do know that. And so we'll have the face-off back in the Eagles zone. 3:15 to play here in this second period, as Palmario is going to get some assistance to the dressing room. And, boy, the way he's limping off there, Larry, doesn't look very good for his return at this point.
No, each team has lost a player.
Yeah. So face-off in the Eagles zone. Controlled by the T-Birds. Ford, pass over to Kalisti. Now Kalisti's shot in front. Puck loose. Van Team couldn't catch up to it. Now tackle over at the far corner. Tackle trying to get it out of the zone. He does. Picked up by Solinger. Under 3 to play in this second period. Now Barterson at center ice. Tackle has it. Tackle lost the puck to Van Team. Now Bellini. Rink-wide pass over to Kalisti. Kalisti at center ice. Kalisti across the blue line. Trying to find Van Team. Kalisti still has it. Kalisti moves in the slot. Now Kalisti poke checked away. Here's Keller. Coach Parker wants a penalty. 2-on-1. Keller and Barterson. Keller. Barterson. Puck deflected there. Nice job by Bellini to break up that play. Now here's Van Team. Van Team across the blue line. Over to Solinger. He's ridden off the play. Van Team gets it back. Van Team with it shot and a save there, McPhail. And now we're getting a little more of the intensity and the extracurricular stuff, Larry, that we thought we would see.
Yeah, it is now when it's getting down to crunch time, but it's only the second period, so you want to be careful with your extracurricular activities.
Yeah, one of our Twitter people that saw the replay says, hard to tell on the replay, maybe a soft cross-check to the back of the head. Again, it was tough to tell. It was tough to tell here. Let's hope that Mr. Palmerio is okay. That's the most important thing of that whole exchange. Now puck taken there by the Thunderbirds along the near boards. 2:10 to play here. Now a shot and a save there, McPhail, as our shots are 18 apiece here in the second period. 2:07 to play in the second period. Don't forget, coming up between periods, we'll talk to John Bell, radio announcer for the Sioux Eagles here locally. Still no score in Rayside. 6 minutes left to play in the third. It's a big game in that series.
That is a big one there, yes. Somebody's going to go up, 3-2?
Yep. Someone will have a chance to clinch in game 6, obviously. Now that one's shot down the ice. That's going to be another icing call. So, Larry, attendance-wise, do we have a higher or lower yet, or are you still going to hold out to the very last moment?
No. Next whistle.
Next whistle.
I'll be like you.
All right. Well, there you go. So we'll talk about it in a couple whistles then. Face off to the left of McPhail. Minute 54 to play in this second period. And we have broken stick.
Another fix-your stick.
It was off the face-off. Yeah. So if the Rowe family is watching tonight, fixyourstick.com, FIXURSTICK.com. Rob and Brian will take care of you, 30-day guarantee or your money back. And you can feel free to ridicule them in those 30 days.
They do a good job. We've seen some of the work they've done.
Absolutely, they really do. Now face-off control by the T-Birds. Lawrence at the point. His shot, save. McPhail wasn't quite sure where it was, but it goes right into his glove, and he'll hold. We'll have another face-off in the Eagles zone.
I'll tell you something. That was a good screenshot and good save.
Minute 48 to play in this second period.
That was a low shot,
yeah.
And that's what you needed there.
Thunderbirds have won the majority of the face-off tonight, Larry, unofficially, and now we're going to
throw both of them out.
Both players kicked out of the center circle, or I should say the face-off circle. Won by the Thunderbirds. Van Team with it. Along the near side circle, his shot. That deflects wide off the high glass to Rowe. Bounces over his stick. Thunderbirds keep it alive. Ford back to Lawrence. Now Lawrence dumps it to Ford. Back to Van Team. Minute 30 to play in this second period. Schwab behind the net. Plays over on the near side boards. The Eagles do clear the zone. They didn't call offside on that. Wow, I thought that went across the blue line. Now here's Ford with it. Ford with the shot. Save McPhail. Van Team with it. Another chance for the Thunderbirds. That was Ford with a golden opportunity.
Wide open net.
Now here's Saxton dumps it in. Cicello with the puck. Minute 5 left here in the second period. I think the Eagles just want to get out of this period right now, Larry.
You're right.
As Thunderbirds have the puck, still trying to get that first goal here at Pullar Stadium in this playoff series. Die ball gets knocked down by Lawrence. Here's Cicello with it. Cicello with the puck in his own zone. Shots 2018 Thunderbirds. Here's Tassone across the blue line. Nice move,
Tassone. The body.
In front, puck loose, still loose. Finally taken there by Casey. Casey with the puck. He's got Quinn going. Casey across the blue line. Casey in, shot! And a save there by Shook. Oh, my goodness. I thought Quinn got that puck in. But
I think he couldn't get the handle on it.
Yep, Shook was right there, and it wasn't missing by much, Larry, as I hesitated because I was waiting for that red light, but unfortunately it didn't come on for the Eagles. 29.9 seconds remaining in the second period, as both teams getting good scoring opportunities late in this stanza. Face off to the left of Shook. Check that. Face off to the right of Shook. As Quinn will take the draw for the Eagles. Robbins will take the draw for the Thunderbirds. Thunderbirds win another face-off. Boy, they're winning a lot of face-offs here in the second period. Robbins picks up the puck at center ice. 20 seconds to play. Butcher with it. Eagles want to get out of this period. Tassone with the shot. That misses the net. Goes along the near boards. Now chip to center ice. Bellini has it. 10 seconds to play. Quinn has. That's going to be offside. So that'll bring the face-off outside the blue line with 10.2 seconds remaining here in the second period. Shots 21-20 in favor of the T-Birds. It was 13-10 Eagles entering this second period. So shots 11 7 in favor of the T-Birds here in the second period. Vitale, that's good math by me, by the way. 5 seconds to play, so the Eagles and Thunderbirds, no goals scored in that second period, and the Eagles will keep their 1-0 lead heading into the third period. Don't forget, coming up here in a few minutes, we'll hear from Sioux Eagles radio broadcaster John Bell, his final game after a long career behind the mic. Not only doing Sioux Eagles games, but doing many things. We'll talk to John coming up here in a few minutes on Hockey TV.
Oh, these are nice.
They are. Joining us here during the intermission on Hockey TV is John Bell. He is the longtime broadcaster of many sports teams here in Sault Ste. Marie, including the Sioux Eagles. He does the games locally for ESPN 1400. And John, this is my first time interviewing you, and a very unique experience. But this is your final broadcast for the Sioux Eagles and sports here in the area. And as somebody that has grown up with you, I was a young man listening to some of your games,
doing
a lot of
old
things.
Man? Is that the deal?
Exactly. I'm an old man doing some of your games. I want to thank you for really bringing me some great memories, bringing AM radio to Sault Ste. Marie with 1400 when you came in, and listening to a lot of different broadcasts that you have done. You were one of the people, believe it or not, that got me interested in doing this sort of thing, and so I want to thank you for that. But I'm talking too long here, John. I want to give you the floor.
No, you go ahead. You're doing fine. I'm just posing for the camera.
You're just loving this here, but John, first of all, before we get to you, thoughts on this game so far? Eagles 1-0 lead. Thunderbirds came on in that second period, but the Eagles still holding their ground.
McPhail, that one save he made was tremendous. It saved the game. I didn't know about the goal they waved off. I didn't see if it went in or not.
It was close. It was close. I didn't see it in. But
and the other end, too. But I thought the second period, the Eagles just were not as sharp as they were in the first. But I expect they're going to come out in the third and play their best. And the Thunderbirds, they're not going to be any pushover.
No.
They have been the gold standard in this league for a long, long time. And I knew this would be a good game, and it's nice to see a really good crowd in here, like a hockey night and Friday night.
That's right.
And I'm enjoying doing it. I haven't really waxed sentimental during my broadcast. I had a couple of why-I-oughtas.
I would expect nothing less.
I thought there were a couple calls missed offside right there that could have cost us a goal.
Yeah, I thought that was offside as well.
It was.
Yeah.
Even Jake Saxon pointing at the line.
We had a good view right below us.
Yeah, and I did.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying doing it, but I have tried to figure out how many games I did back when the Sioux Indians existed in the North American Hockey League. I did all their games for 10 years, most all the road games, too. I rode the bus. I figured out after it was all over that I had about 450,000 miles under my rear end. And
frequent flyer miles.
Oh, yeah, rider miles.
Yeah.
Mostly with Bubba at the wheel, and he was my roomie because he had one of those CPAP machines.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And I snored. And I took my hearing aids out. I couldn't hear CPAP. He couldn't hear me. So that was a good combination. I enjoyed it. There are really, Scott, a lot of memories, and I'm sure that I'll think back on some of them and a lot of people I've met, and a lot of good times and some really disappointing games, thrilling games, exciting ones. But, I've done a lot of hockey, mostly hockey, but I've done college basketball, high school, boys and girls, high school hockey. We even did for quite a while AAA midget hockey when they were the Sioux Hawks.
Oh, yeah.
And I did a Sioux Ontario game of the week. So I've done a lot. I've seen a lot. And I'm just kind of wearing out health-wise. And my vision is bad. But being here a broadcaster yourself, how easy it is to see here at the Pullar.
Sidelines are so good.
You've got to lean over a little bit
in
the corners. But it's really a great vantage point. And I've done a lot of games here. And I'm going to miss. Now, I told people I haven't completely closed the door, but I'm heading towards becoming a part-timer, retiring to part-time. And I'll give them till tonight, till the start of the next season, if we carry the Eagles, to find another broadcaster to do the game. And if they can't find one, I have offered, in an emergency case and certain stipulations, maybe to do a couple games. But realistically, I'm planning on this one being my last game, and it's a good game. And I'm really excited. I'm going to make you the senior broadcaster.
You're right, yeah. Well, Larry actually has 2 more years than me. You've done games with Larry, and that was going to lead me to my next question here, John. Larry Posban's been doing Eagles broadcasts since the Eagles were the Eagles. And he's a fun guy to do a broadcast with. You had a chance to, and he knows his stuff, and he throws his opinions out there. And, as a guy like you and I, you got to appreciate that.
Oh, I would never offer an opinion.
Opinion.
No. But, again, just a lot of memories, a lot of pucks. There's certain aspects of this I won't miss. People don't understand that actually the easy part of the game for me, maybe you, is just doing the game.
Yes. The prep work.
It's the setup and the pre-work. You're much more tech guy than I am, and you have more sources that you've created on your own to get all kinds of information, and I admire that. And I'm kind of old world. I'm like an analog man in a digital world. And I've even done some past hockey. I joined the Eagles when they were in the NOJHL during mid-playoffs, I think against Rayside Belfort, if I remember.
I believe they were Sudbury at the time, but I remember that series. Yep.
And then the Eagles ended up going to the
Dudley Hewitt.
Yeah, the Dudley Hewitt in Huntsville, Ontario. And I went with, and I'm asking anybody out there, is there a broadcaster who has ever done back-to-back, night, quadruple overtime games? I have never even seen it.
No.
And it wasn't really hard to do because I was into it. It was such a fun time. And the Eagles were members of the NHL. Then they joined the NAHL.
Right.
And they had that tremendous team the first year, but were horribly upset by the team out in New York.
Jamestown, I believe, yes.
Yeah,
yep.
I remember going there. I remember leaving here with the snow up to our waist and getting to Jamestown and the buds out on the trees and 70 degrees and finding out that that's a home of Lucille Ball. See, there's lots of really fun stories along the way, many of which we can't tell.
I've heard some of those.
We had a rule kind of like when I rode with the Indians. What happens on the bus stays on the bus. But there are some great stories there. And I've often thought about writing a book about life on the road and doing that, but I don't know if it'd have enough interest with junior hockey.
You'd have at least one interest.
And I wouldn't want
John.
to expose some people.
That's right, yeah.
Including myself.
Get a non-disclosure agreement. Those are in the news these days. Final question for you, John. I know you got to get back to the radio side, but if you had to pick one broadcast, one memory as far as the game that you called that was the most memorable, if you could narrow it down to one, do you have it?
It might be a Sioux Indians game in a national tournament against the Lincoln Stars. We had a 3-goal lead going into the third, and they just kept whistling us with penalty after penalty. They tied it up on a fluke play with 2 seconds to go. Oh. They shot it in. It rebounded off the board. Bobby Reverman couldn't cover it. It came right out to a guy, bang, and they tied it. And I was like, oh. And then I just knew they'd win it in overtime, and they did. And it was so heartbreaking. It was just, I wanted to cry.
You can't do that on the air.
It was and funny that a memorable game being a loss. As far as wins go, Chuck Fabry scoring the winning goal over Danville, a team he used to be with, to get the Indians in to the national tournament, which they hosted. And that was a fun time, too. With the Eagles, I'd say those 2 4-overtime games were pretty exciting.
Oh, absolutely.
But there have been some good ones. I'll tell you what, the best series I ever saw was when the Eagles played Kalamazoo in Kalamazoo about a month before the season ended. They were 2 of the most intense, back and forth, punches type. They were just great junior hockey games. It was hard to get. That's back in the days when Depp played and those guys.
Oh, yeah. And Robbie Payne, who's doing great things at Northern.
Weren't there 2 Paynes?
Yeah, Travis, the other one,
Yep. And, boy, those are exciting. There are a lot of great ones, but those are the ones that kind of come to the fore.
That's John Bell, ladies and gentlemen. Before you go, John, Eagles owner Ron Lavin wanted me to pass on best wishes. He thanks you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Lavin.
Yep, he always had
I've
good things to say.
always enjoyed talking to him, and I'm glad he has a team here in town, and I'm really glad they're doing well, and let's hope they win tonight.
Absolutely, John. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Scott.
Something tells me you're going to be up here sometime soon.
Yeah, I'll come up and pay you a visit.
Very good. Thanks, John.
Thank you, Scott.
All right, that's going to do it here for the intermission. We'll be back in a couple minutes on Hockey TV. Scott Nason back at Pullar Stadium after 2 periods of play in this NOJHL Western Division semifinal between the Sioux Eagles and Soo Thunderbirds. The Eagles maintain their 1-0 lead and no scoring in the second period of play, as the Soo Thunderbirds would outshoot the Eagles in that second period by an 11-7 count. And want to thank John Bell joining us here during the second intermission for his interview and activities. Always good to hear from him, and we are always very good to hear from Larry Posbon joining us here after our interview with John, which went very well. And well, and no scoring in that second period. And I think the Eagles are happy there was no scoring, because the Thunderbirds dominated play in that second period, outshooting the Eagles by an 11-7 count. And before we get to the attendance and scoring, your thoughts on the third period, or on the game so far?
Well, I'll tell you, I think the Eagles have to get into this game. They're not in the game yet. They have no flow to their game at all. They're hanging in and seem to be chasing the Thunderbirds for the puck. And the Thunderbirds are going to carry this. Right now, I think they've carried both periods. Eagles were lucky. Seriously, the Eagles are lucky to be ahead 1-0. And I'm not blaming goaltending. Well, goaltending has been great.
How can you blame goaltending? Yeah.
But I'm saying, you know what? They got to get something going, and they haven't yet. They haven't won a lot of face-offs. The Thunderbirds have been dominating there. So Eagles got to dominate on the scoreboard then. If they're not going to win the face-offs, then get some more goals here.
Final scores in from the other two games. Larry, Rayside Belfort does defeat Blind River by the score of 1-0. So the Canadians lead that series 3-2. As that series will go back to Blind River. You're looking for your pen. There it is. Trying to snag that one for the second time. As
here's yours right there, the blue one.
There we go. Very good. As Game 6 will be, I believe, tomorrow night in Blind River. Poisson does extend their East Division semifinal to a 6th game as they defeat Timmins by the score of 6-1. And so we do know Game 5 of this series will be tomorrow night at the John Rhodes Community Center. Still trying to see when those other games are for those other two series, so bear with me for a moment while we have the teams come on the ice.
Okay, we start 5-a-side here now. No penalties, okay.
Game 6 in the Poisson-Timmins series will be Sunday night in Timmins. That game will be at 7 o'clock on Sunday. And the Rayside Game 6 in Blind River will also be on Sunday. So those both games will go on Sunday. The Cochrane Crunch look to sweep Kirkland Lake on Saturday as they will play Game 4 there, as Toots Kovat having some words with both officials over there, Larry.
Well, there's 3 of them over there, 2 referees and 1 linesman. The only guy staying out of there is Mr. Brown. He says, I don't want to get involved in that.
Smart man right there. Yeah. So here we go, Larry. Period number 3, just about ready to go. Our attendance challenge, Larry.
What did we get? I don't know. I ran across. I had to talk to a few people, and
934.
Darn it, I won, eh?
You did, as well as our 2 players, the people that played on Twitter, Linda Quinn and Daniel Clark. So higher wins. So Larry, you're up 1, and we'll see if we have another game to break that one.
Lucky 13.
Yeah. So here we go, third period underway. Puck in the Eagle zone. Back to the point. That one bounces over the stick of Kalisti. Now Kalisti with the puck behind the net. We played 30 seconds of this third period. Eagles lead by the score of 1-0. Kyle Quinn with the only goal in this game in the first period. Carter McPhail once again doing the job between the pipes for the Eagles, and Mr. Shook is, well, he's doing the job as well for the Thunderbirds. Thunderbirds with the puck. Bellini at center ice. Now Kalisti shoots it in. Tough bounce there. Butcher clears that out of harm's way. Tassone along the end boards. Gets it over to Van Team. Now Van Team cycles it behind the net. Broken up by the Eagles. Rowe. Now Rowe, center ice. Taken there by Kalisti. Kalisti at his own blue line.
Oh, that's too many men. He got him.
Yep,
he got
so
him.
That's going to be a power
yes, sir,
play.
Yeah, he got him, though.
Power play for the Sioux Eagles. They'll go on their third. They had a 5-on-3 opportunity in that second period, but they'll have a big power play opportunity here with 18:46 to play in the third period.
No, that was a good call. Coming right off the bench, he picked up the puck, and the other guy hadn't left the ice.
So the Eagles with a golden opportunity for another goal as they go on the power play. Ontario Hockey League playoffs. Larry, looks like the Sioux Greyhounds are going to win their game. They lead 5-1 now
in the
third period. So a little bit of a slow start, but they're doing what most people thought they would, winning. So here we go. Eagles on the power play. Keller, Saxton out there, Barterson, along with Tharaldson and Tackle.
Nolan Ford, number 7 for the Thunderbirds, has served that penalty for too many men on the ice.
A lot of snipers out there for the Eagles. Eagles win the face-off, and no, we're going to do it again. So too many men on the ice, the call. As both the official and Larry Posbon caught wind of that one quickly. Now here's Keller over to Tackle. Eagles on their third power play. Tharaldson with it. Now Tharaldson over to Tackle. Tackle edge of the far circle, dumps it down to Keller. Kobe Keller with the puck. Now Keller. Tackle. Keller gets it back. Keller down low. Tackle. Now Tackle back to the point. Barterson. Barterson over to Tharaldson. Tharaldson lost the puck. Here's a chance for Solinger. It's a 2-on-1. Solinger into the zone. Solinger with the shot. Kind of lost possession of the puck as Coach Parko almost fell over on the bench. I don't know if they wanted an interference call or what, but they didn't get one.
No, the referee was right there with it. He went all the way down with them.
Coach Parko very animated over there. He definitely does that often. Now here's Clark.
Here we go
that one
again.
goes off of his stick. Here comes Smith with it. Nick Smith on the breakaway. Smith in, shot, save, McPhail. Carter McPhail doing the job again. Thunderbirds coaches want another penalty. I didn't see one warranted there, Larry.
No, that was just an expression that one of the assistant coaches
boy
had his arms up saying, what the?
2 breakaway opportunities for the Thunderbirds. Smith had a great chance, and McPhail stood his ground, made a big save. Coach Parko just adamant over there. As, well, he's very vocal behind that bench.
Yes,
I don't think anybody will argue that fact. 1:05 left on the Eagles' power play. It's looked anything but a power play.
Really? Yeah, really.
I want to get a penalty to even this up, as has not been a very good power play.
You think they can say, no, we don't want the penalty? The Thunderbirds or Eagles say, no, we don't want the power play. We'll go without it.
So Vitale wins the face-off. Eagles still on the power play. They almost had another chance there as Tassone was in on it. Eagles a little nervy on this power play, to say the least. 17:40 to play in the third period. Eagles with the puck, leading by 1. Vitale across the blue line. Vitale trying to get around Cicchello. He gets knocked down. And that one will be shot down the ice. McPhail plays it quickly up to Rowe. Now Rowe across the blue line for the Eagles. Eagles trying to set up the power play. Rowe goes to the net, still has it. Casey over there. Now Solinger knocks him off the puck. Casey gets it back. Loses the puck, now has it again. Casey with it. Thunderbirds fans really want a penalty over there. They're barking. Rowe with it. Back to the point. Here's Butcher. His shot. That one blocked in front. Goes right to Vitale. Vitale tried to find Rowe. 15 seconds left on the power play. Now Rowe. His pass deflected, goes in the neutral zone. So the Eagles, not a very good power play here. That's going to be offside.
No.
And that'll bring the face-off outside the blue line with 7 seconds remaining on this power play. Eagles probably just want to get this one done with at this point.
Really? That was... Did they get a shot on goal there? Let's see.
I don't think so. I think they had a shot before the power play.
Yeah.
They had 20 going in, so 16:52 to play in this third period. Eagles holding on to a 1-goal lead. And that'll do it for the power play. So the Eagles 0-4-3 on the extra man advantage as Ford comes out of the box. Terrio gets hit by Quinn. Now puck in front of the Eagles bench. Acosta lost it to Banser. Acosta gets it right back. Costa with the puck. Now he gets knocked down. Banser behind the net. Taken away by Miller for the Thunderbirds. Now picked up by the Eagles. Here's Orfanos at center ice. Orfanos will shoot the puck off the boards. Chance for Banser, but broken up there by Shook. Now here's Miller.
Oh, he's around him.
Miller across the blue line. Miller puts a shot wide and high. Kept in by the Thunderbirds. Goes behind the net to Schwab. Schwab off the board. Shipped there by Quinn. Quinn chasing Bellini. Shots 22-21 in favor of the visitors from Sioux, Ontario. Puck taken by Miller. Miller at center ice. Miller shoots it in.
Boy, Parko over there, he wants a
Yeah,
penalty.
he's got the jacket off now. Now he puts it back on.
He wants a penalty on everything.
Yeah, well,
everything and anything.
At some point, the referees are probably going to hear that and start thinking twice. Here's Cicello. Gets it to Tassone, who shoots it in. Chased by Clark. Tackle over along the near boards. Eagles with the puck. Rather, Thunderbirds with the puck. Robbins gets it to Tassone, centering chance. Puck goes to the blue line. Lawrence now kicked aside by Tackle. Tackle gets it to Keller. Keller chasing that puck, but Shook just gets out in time to stop that opportunity. As chipping it in is Tackle. 15-10 to play here in the third period. 1-0 Eagles. Thunderbirds looking for their first goal here at Pullar Stadium in this series. They were shut out on Wednesday in 2 periods. They still don't have a goal here tonight. That one shot down the ice. McPhail out of his net. He'll play it to Butcher. Now Butcher with the puck. Over to Barterson. Back to Blair. Now Blair gets it to Butcher.
You play around too much in your own end.
Eagles trying to clear it. Barterson gets it up to Tackle. Now Tackle at center ice. Keller chasing it. Kobe Keller catching up. He's got Blair with him. Keller with a shot. That goes wide. Blair puts it behind the net. Cicello has it. 14:25 to play in the third period. Still 1-0 Eagles. Cicello has it behind the net for the T-Birds. The Eagles not pressing much here. Now, nice job there by Rowe to poke check that puck away. Ford chases it back in his own zone. Front of that to Heinrich. Now the Thunderbirds clear it to center. Ford gloves it down. Ford's pass right to the stick of Van Team. His shot. McPhail right there. Makes the save, and he'll hold.
Got a couple more sponsors we'd like to send out there. We have Palace Saloon, Buffalo Wild Wings, Wicked Sisters, the Alpha Bar, and the Antlers Restaurant. Check those places out.
13:59 to play in this third period. Face-off to the right of McPhail. He's made 23 saves on 23 shots tonight. Solinger wins the draw, but the puck goes back into the neutral zone. Chased by Kalisti. Now Kalisti up to Bellini, back to Kalisti. Kalisti at center ice, up to Van Team. Clears it in, now the Eagles shoot it back down. And that's going to go just to the left of the post, and that'll be an icing call while the face-off back in the Eagles zone.
Well, these guys, nobody on the Eagles should be tired. They just came on the ice, so Thunderbirds are making a full change, but the Eagles, no, they can work this out here.
Game 5 tomorrow night in Sioux, Ontario at the John Rhodes Community Center, 7:30 face-off. Now Kalisti with the puck, quick shot, that deflects wide. Goes to the far corner, now Schwab up to Saxton. Saxton's pass to the stick of Rowe. He's got Vitale moving in. Vitale back to Rowe. Rowe with the shot, save, rebound off the crossbar. Post. What a play for the Eagles, and they just about made it 2-0. Good passing, golden opportunity, but the post was in the way. Now puck at center ice. Saxton over to Dieball. Dieball to Vitale. Now Vitale at the center circle to Rowe. Rowe back to Vitale with the shot off the post again. That's 2 posts here.
One on each side.
My goodness sakes. Mr. Shook should shook the net and kiss it on this next whistle. Or shake the net. Bad grammar there. Tried to use the last name there. Didn't quite work out my way. Now back to center ice. Malpass at the center circle. 12:50 to play in this second period. 2 posts for the Eagles here in this third period. Now Clark behind the net. Over to Tackle. Now to Casey at center ice. Casey with the puck. Lamberti. He'll shoot it in. Shook behind the net. He'll stop it. Passing it to Tackle, though. As that one broken up by the T-Birds. Smith. Shots 23 each here in this contest. Now here's Smith with it. Nick Smith always dangerous with the puck for the Thunderbirds. He shoots it in. McPhail stops it behind the net. Blair in the near corner. Gets it up to Tackle. Now here's Lamberti across the blue line. He's got Butcher over there. Banser. No, Butcher, that's right. That one deflected wide by the T-Birds. Back to center ice, Tassone. To center circle. Across the blue line. Broken up there by the Eagles. Casey, nice job getting that puck to center ice. Tackle, that's going to be offside. Eagles are going to have to touch back up. They do. Mouth guard goes on the ice. Thunderbirds at center ice. Tassone lost it. Casey keeps it alive. Now Lamberti can't get it into the zone. Solinger over there.
There's like a wall there. The puck won't go over it.
Cicello with it. As Birdie picks up that mouthpiece. Blair at center ice. He shoots it in. Eagles go for a line change. 11:25 to play in this third period. Still lots of time in this game. Ford at center ice. Ford's pass. Deflected. Look out! As that hits a guy in the top row. Good reflexes. Looked like it hit him in the chest. And boy, you had to be alert over there.
Really?
And he had a Patriots jacket on to boot, so must be a Tom Brady fan. Isn't everybody?
Yeah. He's got a book out, TB12.
Does he?
Yeah.
Okay.
A very interesting book. I saw him on one of the talk shows.
Okay.
I'd like to get a copy of that.
Yeah.
Well, we also have Kevin. I'm trying to think the last name. That's he and his wife. It went right above their heads.
Okay. Kevin Kane?
No. Stop that, will you?
No, fucking center ice. Want to say hello to Kevin if he's watching tonight?
He's
probably here.
Kevin and his wife Jill are sitting right there.
Yep. Now puck behind the Thunderbirds net. 11 minutes to play here in the third period. Still 1-0 Eagles. As that one shot down into the Eagles zone. Back to center ice. Crusoe spins. Picked up by Ford. Thorlton retreats into his own zone. Pass deflected in by Quinn. Shook behind the net for the Thunderbirds. He's played well. Both goaltenders have played well tonight.
They have, 1-0 game here, yes.
Solinger at center ice. Solinger with the puck. Across the blue line. Solinger puts it behind the net. Now puck on the near side boards. Solinger picks it up again. Gets knocked down. Crusoe keeps it in. He'll play it off the far boards as we approach the halfway mark of this third period. Fans starting to make some noise here at Pullar Stadium. Quinn, we're going to have a penalty. That's why they're making some noise. I didn't see what happened there, Larry.
Neither did I.
As that's not going to make the Thunderbirds coaches very happy. As Terrio will pick up that puck, and the Eagles will go on another power play as we are halfway through this third period. 9:59 to play. And the Eagles
might be unnecessary roughness, I think.
They're going to go on the power play as Coach Parko's got that jacket off. You might as well just leave it off at this point. He's got it halfway down. Now he's going to keep it on.
Well, you got to look at the game on Wednesday. Eagles got all the penalties, except for that last one with, 14 seconds left in the third period. Outside of that, it's your turn maybe.
Yeah, I didn't see, again, it was behind the play, Larry, or at least away from the puck, as neither one of us saw that one. But the Eagles will take it as, here's another chance.
Eagles are calling for a timeout, I think.
So we have 9:59 here on the clock, or is this the immediate timeout? The Eagles call it? Maybe they want to get some fresh bodies out there. As the last power play didn't exactly work out very well for the Eagles.
They have to start shooting. They have to get in there and start shooting the puck. That's the main thing. How many shots have they had in all the power plays they've had?
Not many.
No, I think that one there wasn't any. One previous one on the 5-on-3 for a little while and the 5-on-4. I don't think they had a shot there. And another one, they only had one. So out of 3 power plays, 1 shot. That's not good percentage.
Rayside Balfour has defeated Blind River tonight by the score of 1-0. So the Canadians, after losing Game 3 8-1 and trailing that series 2-1, now find themselves in a 3-2 series lead in the other Western Division semifinal. Game 6 will be in Blind River on Sunday, and the Powassan Voodoos keep their series alive against the Timmins Rock as they win by the score of 6-1 in their Game 5. Timmins still leads that series 3-2. Game 6 will be in Timmins on Sunday night. In the other series, Cochrane and Kirkland Lake, well, it's the only one really that's been a blowout series. Cochrane leading that series 3-0. They'll play Game 4 in Kirkland Lake tomorrow night. Game 5 of this series will be tomorrow night in Soo, Ontario. And, it'll either be a tie series, and that would mean we would be here for Game 6 on Monday, or the Eagles would be 1 win away from potentially winning the series, but we still have a lot to play out here, Larry, at Pullar Stadium.
Thunderbird penalty to number 27, Noah Solinger, 2 minutes, unsportsmanlike conduct.
So unsportsmanlike conduct for Solinger. Smith with the puck, puts it in front, and that net goes off the boards again. And a quick shot there, stopped by Casey. Here come the Eagles. Across the blue line. Eagles with the puck, Casey. As you have Vitaly and Rowe out there, different power play unit that we've seen. Vitale back to the point. Butcher bounces over his stick. He'll have to chase it back into his own zone. Now quickly, puck goes up to Hayden Clark. Casey along the near boards, picked up by Ford. Once again, the Thunderbirds doing a job on the Eagles shorthanded. Power plays have not been effective for either squad tonight. Here's Clark with it. Minute 10 left on the power play. 9:10 to play in the third period. Vitale across the blue line for the Eagles. Now Vitale held up a bit by Cicello. Shovels it over to Rowe, far corner. Rowe with the puck. Now back to the point. Butcher. Butcher over to Clark. Clark likes to shoot. He does.
There it is.
Hayden Clark gives the Eagles a 2-0 lead on the power play. 8:53 to play in this third period. He likes to shoot, and that's the reason why he should shoot, Larry.
Shoot the puck.
Nice job by Hayden Clark. He found some space, he found some room, and he puts a nice shot past goaltender Eric Shook. And 8:53 to play in this third period. Eagles lead by the score of 2-0. I know one person on Twitter that's very happy about that one.
Dan?
That would be Mr. Shipmate, Mr. Clark.
Goal scored by number 18, Hayden Clark. Assist number 12, Austin Rowe. And number 4, Mikey Butcher.
So another point for Rowe, assist also for Butcher. And that'll be an icing call on the Thunderbirds. Boy, that's a big goal right there, Larry.
You know, prior to even when the third period started, I was going to say next goal is a big goal. Whether it makes it 1-1 or 2-0.
Well, you know, you look
it's
at this,
not over yet, though.
And you look at this Thunderbirds team. I mean, they got to start getting frustrated at all these chances, and they just can't get one past McPhail. Now you have to get two past them just to tie it. So that's a big goal right there. Could be a big goal in this series. Still lots of time, though. 8:25 to play in this third period. Eagles got to keep up the pressure as they've been doing here. So now McPhail plays it off the boards to Barterson. Puck loose in front. Now taking their shot, blocked by Barterson. Nice job there on the shot by Robbins. Eagles clear it to center ice. Here's Keller with it. Now Keller moves up to the puck. Puts a shot, hits the side of the net. Keller on the near side boards. 8 minutes to play in the third. Here come the Thunderbirds. Crusoe at center ice. T-Birds go for a line change. He'll dump it down into the Eagles zone. Butcher picks up the puck. Behind the net to Blair. Now Eagles pick it up. Still haven't seen Palmerio, Larry, as far as coming on the ice.
When he was hurt that bad, I don't think he's going to be back.
Not a surprise there. Hopefully it's precautionary. Now here's Miller with it. Miller with the puck. Across the blue line. Miller poke checked away there. Puck goes over on the near side boards to Tharaldson. He'll just dump it to center ice. 7:30 to play in this third period. Eagles with a 2-0 lead, looking to take a 3-1 series lead. That'll be an icing call. That'll bring the face-off back into the Thunderbird zone.
I'm kind of looking up behind the Eagles bench there, and I don't see Palmerio.
No. And just got word that Hayden Clark's 18th birthday is tomorrow, Larry.
Oh,
early birthday present.
There's a birthday gift. Yeah, birthday present, yes.
And Dan wishes he could be here, but, you know, sometimes that work thing gets in the way of fun.
Yeah.
So at least he can join us on Hockey TV, and it's always fun on here, isn't it?
It is.
It is.
Especially when the
Eagles are winning.
And when you win the
we don't want to talk about
attendance.
that. Now McPhail behind the net. We'll just move along from that. Acosta over at the far corner. 7 minutes to play. Now Miller with the shot. McPhail with another save. Puck goes behind the net. Here's Bellini at the point. Bellini dumps it down low. Picked up by Terrio. Here's Miller with the chance shot. Another save. McPhail. Puck behind the net. Acosta. Thunderbirds buzzing here. Terrio with the puck. Back to Kalista. He puts a shot. McPhail with the save, and he'll hold. Now we have some rough stuff here. Eagles got to maintain their composure, Larry.
Right. Yeah,
Last thing they want to do is get a cheap penalty to give the Thunderbirds a power play. And you know these officials are probably looking if there's going to be something close because of all the penalties they've called against the Thunderbirds. Eagles got to maintain their composure. 6:45 to play here in the third period.
Actually, if they wanted, they could have put two guys from each team off at the same time. Roughing after the whistle or unsportsmanlike. Put them in the penalty box. Make a call on that, though. Make a call and make it even right there. You know?
Face off to the left of McPhail. Shots 25 apiece. Face off to the left of McPhail, won by the Eagles. Clark picks it up. He scored the second goal here on the power play. Quinn with the first goal. Now a turnover there by the Eagles. They can't clear the zone. They finally do, picked up by Tekel. Tekel on the right wing side. Loses the puck, picked up by Cicello. Up to Solinger. Now Solinger with the puck, cross the blue line. Solinger drops it for Van Team. Now Van Team has it again. Van Team in the slot, shot, misses the net. Goes over to Casey. Now Casey, along the near boards. Tekel to Lamberti. Puck in the near corner. Glove down by Solinger. 6 minutes to play in the third period. Eagles with a 2-0 lead. Back to the point, Cicello. Cicello moves in. His shot deflects wide. Over to Van Team. Van Team with the puck. Thunderbirds with some pressure here. Now Lawrence puts a shot. That goes wide. Cicello on the near boards. Dumps it down to Solinger. Playing over to the far side. Task zone. Casey on him. Now Casey picks up the puck for the Eagles. William Casey at center ice. Nice job. You get the puck back in the Thunderbird zone. Eagles get a fresh line out there. Now here's Cicello. He loses the puck as Banzer knocked him down. Woo! Nice open ice hit by Mr. Banzer. Now Blair dumps it in. 5:20 to play in the third period.
Banzer's a small guy, but he plays big.
He does. I totally agree. Here's Lawrence with it. Thunderbirds need 2 goals to tie this one. Banzer stops it at center ice, picked up by Robbins. Now Robbins at center ice. Cicello moves into his own zone. Cicello with the puck. Quinn breaks that up at center ice. Good job by the Eagles, just keeping that puck on the Thunderbird side of the ice. Under 5 to play. We'll keep an eye on the goaltender for the Thunderbirds as far as pulling. Still a lot of time left, though. Robbins cross the blue line. Robbins to Tassone. Tassone moves in a shot. Saved there by McPhail with the pad. Orfanos can't clear it. Now, finally, that puck goes to center ice. Tassone has it. Tassone over to Caruso. Clock moving. The Eagles like that. Here's Bellini. Broken up at center ice. Terrio almost got knocked down. Now Caruso has it at the center circle. Over to Acosta. Caruso up to Miller. Off of his stick. Blair in the near corner. Caruso on him. Now picked up by Miller. Miller with the puck for the Thunderbirds. Miller. Backhand pass just out of the reach of Cicello. Now Blair almost gets knocked into the boards by Acosta. Miller still has it. 4 minutes to play. Clock still running. We've gone about 3 minutes without a whistle. That's okay if you're the Eagles. Now back at the point, Bellini. Pass broken up there by the Eagles. Saxton has it at center ice. Passes it up to Rowe. Now Rowe cross the blue line for the Eagles as the Thunderbirds maintain possession. Or get possession, I should say. Terrio over to Bellini. Now on the near side, Terrio across the blue line. Poke check by Rowe. He gets knocked down. Miller on the puck for the Thunderbirds. Now here's Acosta with it. Acosta to the net. Puck goes behind the net. 3:30 to play in the third period. Clock still running. Now Vitale picks it up for the Thunderbirds. Vitale trying to get around Khaleesi. How's that not an interference penalty? That was an easy one there. 3:20 to play in the third period. Khaleesi at the center circle. Khaleesi with the shot. That one blocked. Here's Tekel with it. Tekel with some speed. 1-on-3. Tekel across the blue line. Tekel being held up again. Now here's the Thunderbirds with it. 3:05 to play. Got about 4 minutes without a whistle. Van Team.
He's saying it was okay, but
now here's the puck at center ice. Barterson gets it to Tekel. Tekel across the blue line. Tekel with the puck behind the net. Under 3 minutes to play in this third period. Got a long stretch without a whistle. The Eagles will take it. Now here's Barterson at center ice. Barterson on Ford. Now Ford with the puck. Thunderbirds trail by 2 in Game 4. The Eagles with the win would have a 3-1 series lead going back to Ontario tomorrow night. Cicello at center ice. Cicello passes it over to Ford. 2:30 to play. McPhail behind the net. He stops the puck. Now McPhail. Still in net for the Eagles. Up to Quinn. Quinn at center ice. He'll flip it in. Nice play by him. Eagles get some fresh bodies out there. We've gone 5 minutes, Larry, without a whistle. Going to be the quickest 7 minutes ever in hockey, potentially. Now back at center ice. We'll keep an eye on the goaltender for the Thunderbirds. Being down by 2 with 2 minutes left, you got to start thinking about pulling them, Larry.
Yes, I'm keeping my eye on him.
Now here's Caruso. He shoots the puck in. He's
getting ready to move. He's getting ready to move now.
Now here come the Eagles.
Holy.
Quinn with it across the blue line. Quinn in. Quinn Had it blocked. Now here's a chance. Banser, he misses the net. Goes back to the point. Blair dumps it down to Casey. Minute 35 to play. Eagles with the 2-goal lead. Caruso behind the net. Now Caruso. Both teams pretty tired out there, Larry. It's been a long time without a whistle. Puck at center ice. Good job again by the Eagles to shoot it in. Hits the linesman. Goes behind the net to Bellini. Minute 20 to play. Now, if you're Thunderbird, you got to pull the goalie. Netminder is out. Shot in. McPhail can't stop it behind the net. Solinger now picked up by Lamberti. Minute 10 to play. Lamberti gets tripped. No call. My goodness. Butcher behind the net. Butcher shoots it hard off the boards to Saxton. Saxton clears it to Van Team. A minute to play here in the third period. As we're under a minute to play, shots 26-25 in favor of the Thunderbirds. But it's the score on the scoreboard that counts, as that one shot to center ice. Vitale trying to catch up to the puck. 50 seconds to play. Eagles 50 seconds away from a 3-1 lead. Oh, that one just goes over the net.
Bellini deflected it with his glove.
That's okay, because the clock's still running. We've literally had 7 minutes of nonstop hockey. Thorlson has it. He'll shoot it down the ice. 30 seconds to play. Vitale to row, and that's going to do it. The Eagles win. 3-0, they lead, and they're going to have a 3-1 lead going into tomorrow night's game at the John Rhodes Community Center in Soo, Ontario. As boy, oh boy, that was literally 6.5 minutes, Larry, of nonstop hockey. And if you're the team up 2-0, you absolutely love it.
Yeah, I'll tell you something. Wow. Whoa.
I need a breath.
I know you do.
Holy mackerel. So the Eagles will lead this series 3-1, so we will not know if there will be a game 6 here on Monday. The Eagles are going to have a chance to clinch the series on tomorrow night at the John Rhodes Community Center, so it's a must-win situation for the Thunderbirds, and they are down 3-1 in the series, and this is where you got to keep your heads up right now, Larry.
Yeah, this is the part right here. You don't go in the corner. You put the puck, don't put yourself in harm's way.
So it was Rowe that got that goal. We'll have to get the assist there as we were talking, but 25 seconds as the Eagles are going to win. They hold serve here as they split the series in Soo, Ontario, the first 2 games, and they're going to hold serve and win both home games here, as that goal was by Austin Rowe with assists from Gianni Vitale and Kellen Thorlson at 19:30, an empty net goal. As, the Eagles withstand some pressure and potentially going to win this game by the same amount they did Wednesday night. There's only one thing that's still to chance, and it's funny because I had a conversation with our goaltender, and you know where I'm going with that,
yes,
Larry.
I know. You mentioned that right at the beginning.
I did.
And I said, whoa, boy.
As it is Carter McPhail's brother, Justin McPhail's birthday today, and I want to wish him a happy birthday. And so I told Mr.
Malpass is getting escorted off the ice.
You're the Eagles. You just want to skate away and not even bother with this.
Yeah, really.
So when I talked to Carter, I said, I will give that shout out if, and that if is, almost here. As Malpass now going to the bench. Again, Eagles win the faceoff, chip it to the neutral zone, skate off with the 3-1 lead. You're in good shape.
Malpass, a 10-minute misconduct.
So Malpass gets a 10-minute misconduct. And so the Eagles are going to take a 3-1 lead into the game tomorrow night at the John Rhodes Community Center. And the Eagles do win the faceoff. And they have the puck, and they'll shoot it into the neutral zone. Caruso has it, 10 seconds. And Caruso will take it, and William Casey will kick it live. So Carter McPhail will get back-to-back shutouts and keeping his promise of a shutout, giving his brother a shout-out. Our final score, the Sioux Eagles 3, the Soo Thunderbirds nothing, as the Eagles take a 3-1 series lead, and they'll look to clinch it tomorrow night at the John Rhodes Community Center. Larry Podsbon, final thoughts.
Well, good game. I mean, the Eagles, they scored when they had to, and I'll tell you, but they were playing catch-up hockey for 2 periods. They finally decided to play some hockey in the third period, and paid off with 2 goals and a win here.
Our final score, 3-0 in favor of the Sioux Eagles. Game 5 tomorrow night at the John Rhodes Community Center. So, Larry, we'll either be back Monday night for Game 6 in this series, or we'll be back for the Western Division Finals at a future point. We'll take either one.
You're right. Well, let's take the Western semifinal after.
How about final?
Or final, excuse me, yeah.
Want to thank our cameraman Rob Hort, for color commentator Larry Posbon, Scott Nason signing off from Pullar Stadium. Carter McPhail with back-to-back shutouts as the Eagles win by the score of 3-0. We will talk to you soon here on Hockey TV.
Good night, folks.